Paso, Texas. The Sun Bowl has been a college football holiday tradition.
I'm extremely honored to carry on the rich tradition of Washington State. I just want to encourage everybody out there to dream big. I can't wait to bring a Pac-12 championship back home. Go Cougs.
Touchdown! Cougs on fire in the desert. Touchdown! Delora drops it in the bucket.
In the back of the end zone, touchdown, Michigan! Touchdown, Lou Nichols! Pimpleton out there, touchdown, Khalil Pimpleton!
Not only a holiday tradition, a CBS tradition. Welcome to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. For the 53rd year, CBS is here to bring it to you. Maybe not the matchup you expected, but it's the Chippewas of Central Michigan taking on the Cougars of Washington State. Right now, the Sun Bowl is not quite living up to its name. It is a rainy, dreary day in El Paso, Texas, and the Hardy Souls are here to watch these two teams as the Cougars come in from the Palouse, and from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, come the Chippewas of Central Michigan. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nussler with Gary Danielson. Hopefully, Jamie Erdahl has not floated away down there on the field. If you're looking at your bowl sheet and you're going, wait a minute, I thought Washington State was playing Miami. Well, that was the original setup. Miami, due to COVID issues, had to bail out of the game. And likewise, Central Michigan was to play in the Arizona Bowl. There was trouble there with Boise State. So they pieced it all together, and we got a game, Gary.
You know, this Washington State team, they earned their way here. It was tumultuous for the season. They're excited to play. And a MAC school, it's going to be the Chips, get an opportunity to knock them off. Both teams are going to be ready to play.
Well, we know one thing when you talk about Washington State, and that is...
they got a quarterback.
Yeah.
And they got another one this year. They can throw the ball, and they've got one this year. Jaden Delara, a beautiful player, emerging as the year goes on. Wasn't the starter to start the year, but now he is the hub of this offense. He has the whole thing. Runs around in the pocket, throws electrically. He had a great game against Washington in the Apple Cup to win that game, and he's got a pair of receivers, two slot receivers that are going to be a handful for the CMU Chippewas in this football game.
You know, you talk about the weather. That's not going to affect them. They think this is like a sunny day to them, even though they put it up. Likewise, we talked to some of the Central Michigan folks. Have you played in a mess like this? They go, yeah, like the Ball State game was way worse than this.
Yeah, Wednesday night sleet, 30
That's
degrees.
right.
Nothing.
And 30-mile-an-hour winds. And they keep it on the ground. That's how they do their thing.
They do. They've got the leading rusher in the nation playing for them, and they are going to pound with Lou Nichols. And he's a big guy pounding. And I think it goes into the game plan that they need. They need to run the ball, keep the ball away from the Washington State, and Lou Nichols has been their go-to guy. He's been the whole attack. 1,700 yards. If they can run the ball, they have a chance in this game, and I think they will.
This will be fun. It's the Pac and the MAC. Central Michigan and the Cougars of Washington State coming up shortly. CBS Sports presentation, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, sponsored by Marathon, GMC, Allstate, and by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Let the sun shine. It was yesterday and the day before, not quite so much today. And here come the Cougars of Washington State from Pullman. 7-5 record. They went 6-3 and finished second to Oregon in the Pac-12 North. And from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and from the MAC, the Chippewas of Central Michigan. 8-4 on the year, 6-2 in the MAC, and coming in with a 4-game winning streak. Let's go down to third member of our team, Jamie Erdahl. Jamie.
Storm clouds over El Paso today, but not a hurricane in sight. Brad Aguirre, you don't get to laugh at that because you get to be in the booth all day. No, but one of the most iconic parts of the Sun Bowl is the commitment the committee has to celebrating the teams that participate. It was in the middle of Washington State's arrival party on Sunday afternoon when they found out that Miami, the Hurricanes, were unable to play in this bowl game due to COVID protocols. I spoke with a couple of Washington State players. They said Monday's practice without knowing an opponent was actually really special because they figured if it was the last time they were on a field together, they at least had that time. Alas, they did find an opponent, though, and you can thank the executive director of the Sun Bowl, Bernie Olivas, and the commissioner of the MAC, Dr. John Steinbrecher, for pulling this together. Both gentlemen said each of the others was the most important part of this deal. It doesn't really matter who, but the point is they found Central Michigan in Tucson, Arizona. They lost Boise State in the Arizona Bowl. The Chippewas took a 5.5-hour bus trip yesterday from Tucson to arrive in El Paso, but don't worry, the warm welcome was still waiting for them as the Sun Bowl maintained their commitment to their teams, and Central Michigan was welcomed with fanfare. Honestly, guys, not the strangest travel Central Michigan had all season, though, because they actually flew to LSU on the day of the game. So they can pretty much do anything if they're ready to play football.
Well, short notice for both teams, short notice for the three of us. Probably the earliest we've ever done a game. Whether you're eating breakfast or brunch or lunch, hang around. 88 Sun Bowl's next.
Since Mission Tiger started,
I think you can tell by our cameras that it's a little bit soggy here in El Paso, Texas, and by seeing Jamie down there. 48 degrees, rain. The wind's not bad. We hope it stays that way. Washington State won the toss. They'll defer. So you see the Chippewas getting ready to receive. First meeting ever between these two teams. Second oldest continuously played bowl game other than the granddaddy of them all. This is the 88th Sun Bowl. And we're set to go. Lucas Dunker's got it teed up. Darius Bracey and Marion Lukes are back deep for the Chippewas. Sun Bowl's underway. And it will start at the 25-yard line with the touchback. And that brings us to our Papa John starting lineups. Starting with the quarterback, Daniel Richardson, redshirt freshman from Miami. And since he's taken the reins, their offense has been clicking pretty well. 23 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions on the season. And the rest of the group that'll join him, including Khalil Pimpleton, his leading receiver, almost 1,000 yards through the air. He's also the MAC Special Teams Player of the Year, so we'll see a lot of him in a lot of different spots. Opening snap from the 25, a high snap, and the throw is batted down at the line. Not only that, Richardson hit the deck as well.
And that'll be the challenge for this CMU offensive line. Some changes in the offensive line, and Washington State has a powerful pass rush.
Antonio Boulay is the guy that knocked it down. Jim McElwain, his 3rd year as the head coach at Central Michigan. On 2nd and 10, Richardson throws on the run, almost intercepted. George Hicks almost had himself an INT.
And this is an opportunistic defense that they're going to be facing. A lot of turnovers, and Hicks right there is one who anticipates it. Did he actually pick up his mouthpiece before the play started? It looked like he reached down on the ground and picked it up, and he was ready to go after that.
Well, it hit him right in the face mask, too. And in now the head coach as of November 27th, Jake Dickert, taking over for Nick Rolovich, who was relieved of his duties. Pressure coming, a lob in the air. Luckily, that didn't get intercepted. So not a good 3 and out for the Chippewas.
So a running team comes out with 3 straight passes and 3 straight incompletions. One of them almost picked off, and this one almost was a disaster as well. I like the 3rd down call because they were anticipating the blitz, and they knew they were going to have trouble, especially with that rebuilt offensive line. But we'll see if they settle down and try to be more balanced as the game goes on.
Travell Harris back waiting on Luke Elzinga's punt. And well, flag down. As Washington State jumped offside, I don't think it's going to matter too much.
Well, I think it might, Ness, only because it wasn't a very good punt. They may take the penalty and repunt it because it looked like it was not a very good one.
35-yard punt. Officials are from the Big Ten. This is Larry Smith.
He wants to get out of the way of the camera. He's telling those guys. I think this guy was definitely offsides. What do you think?
Yeah, just by about 3 yards.
Offside. Defense, number 15. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Hey, and a good strategy by McElwain. That was a poor punt. Given it, well, should be good strategy. You never know on these returns.
Right.
But I would have tried it again.
So we will try it again. See if Elzinga does a little better, averaging about 41 a kick. Close to the same spot. Got a little bit more out of it. Goes out of bounds, and Washington State will take over on offense. And with the Papa John's starting lineup, we head things off with the Cougars with this guy. Gary already talked about him. Jaden DeLaura, Pac-10 freshman of the year, 23 touchdowns, almost 2,800 yards. And the group that joins him, we talked about 2 of the receivers. Now with 2 of their top tailbacks out, Nakia Watson's going to be the guy that's going to have to carry the mail from the backfield. Max Borghi opted out, and Deion McIntosh did not make the trip due to team rule violations. So they're down basically to their 3rd tailback. As we take a look at the defense for the Chippewas, looks like this. Troy Hairston, all MAC first team performer. Last year he was the MAC Defensive Player of the Year. Brings up 2nd down at 7. Kind of a low snap. And here's Watson getting it out for about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
So here's the ball game for Central Michigan. I mean, a pass offense, they have said they have not faced one like this all year. The closest was Kent State, and they were more hurry up. The challenge for them is trying to handle those 2 inside slot receivers. They're their best 2 receivers. They've got a lot of space around them. You see, they get them in the middle. The outside guys, one-on-one. Those are the 2 guys they have to try to correct.
Washington State at 43%. 3rd down conversion team. 3rd down and 6 here. DeLaura looking left the whole way into traffic. Nice job by the Chippewas defense. It's going to be a loss on the play. Flags fly in at the end. Calvin Jackson down after making the grab.
I'm out for an injury.
Yeah, he got bent pretty badly on the play. It was McCray, number 3, that came in from that strong safety nickelback position that made the play.
He's up and apparently okay, but that is not the way you want to land after making the catch.
Yeah, his
in
right
traffic.
ankle got caught in there, and he's very lucky walking off the way he did.
So it's a 3 and out for each team here to open. Khalil Pimpleton waiting on the punt from Haberer. Has to backpedal a long ways. Nice kick way back at the 15. And broke 1 tackle. He's going right down where he caught it. Nice coverage by the Cougar special teams. Good looking punt. Early 1st quarter. No score between the Chippewas and the Cougars. No score here in the first couple of minutes in El Paso with the quick 3 and out. The last time we didn't have a chance to set the Cougars defense. Looks like this. Ron Stone, their leading sacker, and he's coming back next year, an all Pac-12 performer. A group that, as Gary said, does a great job with the takeaways. 27 of them coming in to this game this year.
You know, Jamie talked about the commitment of the two teams, but how about our girl Jamie putting it out for this football game? She did a 7-hour drive. Her flight was canceled through the state of Texas to get here, right?
Luckily, she likes to drive.
Yes, I think she thought up that open on the way.
Don't shortchange me, Gary. It was 8.5 hours.
8.5 hours.
595 miles, but the West Texas landscape is stunning. I am happy I did it.
Well,
this girl from Minnesota had never experienced anything like that.
I was on the phone with her for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
so,
my mom was checking in on me, as was Gary Danielson, and my husband.
And she did our Zoom production meeting as she drove. But she had it set up.
I was listening, Brad. I was listening.
You were looking. I mean, no, you were listening, exactly.
Yes, I was listening.
Lou Nichols, first carry, gets him 6 and then it goes out. And you look at the numbers, leading the nation at 143 a game. And the end of his season was remarkable. Had 200 plus and then a 194. There's a little swing pass out in the flat to Pimpleton. As I said, we'll see him do a lot of different things.
Yeah, got the double tight end in and to try to swing them out of the football. They find ways to get the football in his hand. You know, you were talking, Ness, about those Tuesday and Wednesday night MAC games. That's when I first watched Pimpleton. I'm watching the game. I'm just going to kind of cruise through the MAC action. And all of a sudden I see this guy return a punt and I go, I think I'll stay with this game for a while. Then he does another one.
Then he catches one at the 4, which you're not supposed to do, and he takes that one to the house.
So I stayed for it. So I'm excited to do the game.
Nichols on a 3rd and 2, and he's not going to get there. Nice job by the Cougars defense to stop him.
Yeah, they had a great first down play, and then they try to get, try to do a little something to keep the defense off balance, come back, figure they can run it on 3rd down and make it, and the Cougs step up and slam the door shut.
Justice Rogers, one of the guys there, along with Smith Wade, and his 4th down again. So second punt coming up for Elzinga, and Travell Harris waits on the other end. And fair catch, and he had to get out of the way, and boy, did that cost about 15 yards. Harris with a late fair catch call, and then had to get out of the way, and it took a great bounce for the Chippewas. And goes all the way down to the 23, 52-yard kick.
And obviously it did not touch him, but the Chippewas smartly said, maybe it did, let's get on it fast. You can't blame these guys. 3 of them are going to go, the opt-outs are headed to the Senior Bowl where they're going to get a chance to really show what they can do. And then Ryan injured, could not play the game. So all 4 tackles in the game, brand new.
And obviously with that, the offensive line coaches pulling their hair out, rearranging people on the front wall, trying to protect, in this case, Delora. That didn't work very well. Down he goes. He got drilled by Hairston.
Right over a tackle, and I wonder why. Hairston's matched up against a new tackle. You move a guy out there, and you've got a matchup against a real edge rusher. Goes right by him, really off balance, and that's the Hilborn is first
conduct. Defense number 56. 15-yard penalty includes the automatic first down. This is number 56, first foul that leads towards disqualification.
Tyrese Woods gets the penalty after the sack.
Kristen Hilborn with his first real playing time at right tackle gets kind of schooled, and then Woods has a problem afterwards. And you have that taunting a little too much. I was going to say, with this weather, maybe they could let it go, but right in a guy like that, you got to call it early. It'll happen all game.
So that not only negates the sack yardage, but a first down for Washington State at the 28-yard line.
Celebrate with your teammates. That's all they ask you to do.
Delora's going to feel the effects of that, I think, for a while, though. That was not just a sack. He got drilled. Fakes it to Watson, throws a quick slant, incomplete, intended for Harris. Bring up second down.
So you got to figure the Chippewas looking out here at this weather and go, wait a second, all right, I know they're from Pullman, I know they play in this weather, but it's not passing weather per se. And I think they're more happy with the weather than maybe Washington State is. No one's really tried a deep pass. It's been all short throws so far, and that's a factor of the weather and no tackles.
Right. You got to have time to throw deep. Quick throw there. And screen. They get it out to the 35 or close to it for Donovan Ollie.
So for as long as we can remember, as we talked about in the open, Washington State with Mike Price all the way back throwing the football. It's been 4 wideouts. It's been quick screens. It's been cover up for your offensive linemen with a lot of those wide receiver screens to the outside side. That's what negates the pass rush. Can they get to the next step, though?
And the other thing is they don't have any tight ends, so there's no chipping to help.
That's not going to happen. Nakia Watson can do it pretty well, but from that spot, it's hard to get there. Shifting up might help.
3rd down at 4 as Watson does shift up. Delora does have a little more time. Now has to throw on the run and does go deep. And a 50-50 ball is dropped incomplete.
Yeah, Kelvin Jackson thought the play was over, but Kresge, the safety, did not.
Kresge, the leading tackler for the Chippewas, got back there. We're going to have a flag down.
Battling, nothing called there. I think that's a good no call. Could have been caught, but everybody doing their job.
And the flag is back near the line of scrimmage. Taking their time on the calls. Well, if it wasn't that obvious, let's pick it up.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 50. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Brian Green, the center. And the penalties decline as 4th down.
Coming back. It's you know, it's when you have a guy posted up like that and another lineman comes in, it's a high-low block, it's a dangerous block, and that's why I think they called it.
Pimpleton has to call for the fair catch and made a tough one over his shoulder.
The wind on TV is going left to right across your screen, so that ball carried on him.
Madden, great coach, one of the great broadcasters ever with Pat Summerall and John Madden. That was must-see TV right there.
Yeah, I get the urge to do my telestrator right now, but I'm going to avoid it. Boy, I grew up watching them, and I loved the Raiders too, and then actually covered one of my games. I had one of those interviews with him, so pretty special guy.
Yep, from the player to the coach to the Hall of Fame. We lost John Madden earlier this week at 85. He'll kind of like live on with all of us through the Madden games and the fact that he has done so much for the game of football. He'll be missed. To Virginia and his family, we send our best. 1st down at the 18. Let's see if they can get Lou Nichols involved. There he goes. Nichols in the open field to midfield and all the way down to the 43-yard line. There's the running game we expected to see.
So to that point, Central Michigan had one effective play. Obviously, it was a Lou Nichols run, so they shift out, different formation, and then they crease it. And, you know, it's just not a fullback type guy. He's a big body, but he has gotten nifty. He's not slow, as you can see. An effective running play for CMU.
Came in with 1,710 yards, just ripped off 38 right there. 1st down, a high snap again. This throw is on the mark, and it's going to be a 1st down to Ja'Cory Sullivan. So the Chippewas got something working here.
Chippewas going to go. Chips are going to go a little no hurry up, no huddle here, trying to keep that drive and the Cougs off balance.
From the 34, long ball for Richardson, incomplete. That was intended for Sullivan again.
Nice coverage that time by Langford. Tried to go hurry up and hit him with a deep shot, and that's when you really have to concentrate. Talk to Mac. You know, we had him in Alabama coaching and then Florida. How do you get ready for a game in 3 days? And he said, you know, we just kind of are going to go with what we were working on anyway.
Right.
Just keep the same shifts and motions and see if it'll work.
2nd and 10. Nichols. Oh, man, he took a shot. Picked up about 4, but he paid the price from Travion Brown.
Yeah, there were only really a couple of games that Washington State really faced this 2 tight end downhill running attack. You know, they played Utah. Brigham Young ran the ball with a little power at him. A little bit something different, you know, that CMU was going to try to give him a little taste of Midwest football here.
3rd down has not been that effective for them this year. They've got one here. 3rd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground, and they're not going to get anything.
Yeah, interesting decision here, though. Into the wind. Will they go for it on 4th down? Nope, they're going to go field goal. At least bring the field goal team out.
Marshall Meter, his longest, is 51 this year. Did that twice against Missouri and more recently against Toledo.
This will be about 49 into the wind, too.
Marshall Meter. Let's see if he's got enough leg on a soggy day in El Paso. From 49, kick on the way. Got it.
Plenty.
So we got our first score of the day. 2nd longest field goal of the season for Meter from 49. Central Michigan on the board first, up 3.
Wide receiver at Central Michigan University. I want to wish everybody a happy holidays and fire up chips.
Hi, my name is Alonzo McCoy, defensive back at Central Michigan University, and I want to wish my family and the fans of Mount Pleasant a happy New Year.
And we had our happy New Year's Eve from CBS. Wherever you might be watching today. Big day of football. And here it's 3-0 after a 51-yard drive and 6 plays. Capped off on Marshall Meter's 49-yard field goal. This one is returnable from the 5 for Travell Harris. Harris had a little crease going. Now he gives ground. He's way back by the 15. And they're going to track him down before he can get to the 20. Travell should have gone straight ahead right there.
Right, one less cut maybe, right? Now you're in no man's land.
Exactly.
You're like, where's the sideline?
He averages about 22 yards a kick return, and he gave way on that one, and it cost him dearly. And they're going to start inside the 20 at the 18.
You know that's your fault, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you told him you wanted to take the first one all the way to the house.
I know.
So he tried.
He promised me. I said 100. He wanted to go 95 with that. It didn't work out.
95 sideways.
And nothing on the ground either for Watson. Ball almost came out as well.
And somebody had his shoe. Moretti, number 22, starting, the true freshman in this football game. They say he's going to be the next great one, and you see a piece of it right there out of Colorado. And yep, you're allowed to do that. I just don't throw it very far. Not very far.
You don't want to do that.
You're allowed to toss it.
Shades of Florida LSU. So far, Cougars have been unable to get much going offensively. 2nd and 10. Delora, a little shovel pass, and Watson missed that, and he got decked afterwards. And it's 3rd and 10.
Well, you can see this Washington State team trying to figure out a way to get around their missing tackles.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to come up with plays, and sometimes you get a little tricky for yourself, you know. Right now, CMU is sitting in a lot of zone. They're keeping everything in front of them. They're known as a man-to-man team, but right now they're just sitting back and seeing what's happening. They figure if it's going to be a long pass, they've got the advantage getting to the quarterback.
They're one of the best teams in the country on 3rd down defense, too. 9th in the nation, 2nd in the MAC, and they've got the Cougs on a 3rd and 10 right here. DeLora, pressure coming again. Again, he throws deep on the run. Almost a one-handed catch, but almost isn't good enough. Joey Hobart couldn't handle it, and it's 4th and 10.
Yeah, again, pressure, a stunt right here. You get one guy going out, one guy going in, and that produced Harrison coming right in, flushing him out of the quarterback, and now you're just throwing it up for grabs, and Hobart almost makes a circus catch. Son of Billy Joe Hobart, quarterback.
He thought he had it. Not quite. Another punt. Pimpleton back deep for the kick. Fair catch taken at the 40-yard line. That's going to be the best starting field position now for the Cougars. We get a flag down that I didn't see at the end of the play, so hold on.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 0. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down.
Well, it's not as good a field position as I said then. Back it up to the 30. And that's where they'll go to work with a 3-point lead. Join CBS tonight on New Year's Eve for an amazing event with over 20 music superstars from the heart of America with hosts Bobby Jones and Rachel Smith. New Year's Eve live. Nashville's Big Bash tonight on CBS. There's the first 3 possessions. Their last drive, 38 of their 51 yards was Lou Nichols. See if they go back to him. And he weaves his way for about 5.
Yeah,
or close to it.
And one of the things when talking to all of the Chip coaches, sports information department, the more this guy carries the ball, the better he gets. They're resting him early. They're going to need him the whole game. Carries one, comes out.
He went 215 and 4 touchdowns against Kent State, 219 and 3 touchdowns against Ball State, and then 194 and a score in their win over Eastern Michigan. Here's the throw, and it should have been caught.
Yeah, pretty
it's Richardson's best pass, and Remy Simmons couldn't handle it.
Richardson, talking to Coach McElwain about how'd you find him in Florida? He said, I actually saw him when I was at Florida in 7-on-7 camps. He was just a little kid then at that time, a leader. But at that time, he had some good guys around him, and McElwain's recruiting the receivers and noticed him, and then he remembered him and offered him at Central Michigan.
3rd down and 7 for Daniel Richardson and the Chippewas offense. Here they come. Richardson hit as he throws. Still got it. Complete to Pimpleton. Somehow that thing wobbled out there. Number 88 drew it in.
Yeah, threw it off balance, but really got it to the spot he wants, coming right off the edge right there. Gets the hand out, but not enough by Taylor.
And a 30-yard pickup for Pimpleton from Richardson. Quick play, fake, and throw to the out. That one's to Dixon.
Now remember, most of those short passes like that, when you see the lineman pulling and the play fake, probably are tied with an RPO. That's when Richardson is making that decision whether he should give it or he's got the easy pass to the outside.
Chips with the lead. Threatening again. And somehow Nichols got away from that first hit.
Wow.
And he almost got a first down.
That might be as impressive as a run as you'll see. I thought that was going to be a 3-yard loss. Shotgun, almost got shot, and then he runs off and runs through a couple guys.
That was
very impressive. Central Michigan was surprised they even got Lou Nichols. Cass Tech player, just kind of fell between the cracks, ends up, that also always happens in the MAC. You get those players, and these guys want a lot to prove. They think they're big-time players, and they want to show it.
It's a long yard on 3rd. This time they've got him bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down.
Decision now.
That was Brennan Jackson who made the stop.
Yeah, the Coug defense that time made piles. That's what you got to do in short yards. Make piles, don't get pushed. Great job on defense there. Short enough to go for it. Third in a long yard, fourth in a short yard, it looks like.
I think he lost yardage. We'll see. It's fourth down and something. That much.
What do they got? Something a little different here. 3 tight ends on the field.
They all switch to one side. I wonder if they're going left, Gary. Oh, no. They're not going anywhere. Flags down. The ball is out. The whistles have blown.
I don't think the play's going to count. I think it's going to be illegal procedure on Central Michigan.
False start. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Dallas Dixon, the guilty party.
Yeah, he's right at the end right there as he lines up. Watch him lean forward.
Yep.
Now you got to decide whether you're going to go field goal, because it's even going to be longer than the last one, but he cleared it pretty well.
He did. And that's what they're going to give a shot to the same guy, Marshall Meter.
It's going to be 3 yards longer.
This would be a career long if he hits it. 52-yard field goal by Meter. Got it again.
Man. He's the leader for player of the game right now, I'll tell you that.
Meter is the leader. Longest he's ever hit on a soggy day in El Paso. His teammates pushing him around. He's got the only points in the Tony Tigers Sun Bowl in El Paso. 6-0 Chippewas.
It's
on the playoff picture coming into focus tomorrow. The NFL on CBS. Harris from the 3. And he lost the ball. Chippewas, I think, have it. They're still unpiling, so hold on. They come out of the pile with the ball, though.
Tre'Vell Harris has had back-to-back nightmares on kickoff returns.
Sanchez with the hit with a helmet right on the ball. And out it came and covered by Central Michigan.
And it's been all chips in this game. Washington State's offense -2 yards so far in the game. They can't get anything going, and the Chippewas are getting more and more into the game. Now watch out, do they have something a little special here? This is where you like to throw a play at them that you've been working on for Boise State.
By the way, Kuamu Gawili was the guy that recovered the ball. So let's see, as Gary said, at the 23, if they go for a quick strike. Richardson throws, completes it. It's going to be a first down to Bukowski, the tight end fullback. And another first down.
So Richardson, all he does, he doesn't look like the prototype guy. All he does is complete passes. Oh, nice one-handed.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he was throwing it to him, to tell you the truth. He might have been thrown to the crossing guy.
Bukowski says, I'll take it. I'll take it. So the Chippewas threatening again with a 6-point lead. The final 2 minutes of the first quarter at the 12-yard line. Now a pistol set with Nichols behind Richardson. And he'll get the carry. Cuts off the side, heading toward the end zone. Down inside the 1.
Boy, is he a slasher? I mean, you think, you got the vision of a pounder, but you don't gain 1,700 yards by just being a pounder. He gets to the outside, he's turning, he can feel the play, and just short.
AT&T 5G pylon cam will show you how just short he is right there at about the 1-foot line. First and goal. Central Michigan looking for the first touchdown, and it's Nichols in for the score. Lou Nichols, touchdown, Central Michigan.
kind of deserved the football, didn't he?
Yep.
Getting it down there, put everybody on the field, turn around and give it to the big guy.
They didn't have to go far on the drive after the fumble recovery on the kickoff. 23 yards in 3 plays. And Nichols caps it off. Meter in for the point after. After those long field goals, they almost missed the extra point, but it's good.
But after the fumble, they dialed up 3 quick plays. I don't know who he was throwing it to, but I know who caught it. Wichkowski. And then you give it to Nichols. He gets to the outside, has that feel and power, running the ball, and then feed the big guy for the touchdown. You get 3 tight ends on the field and knock it in the end zone.
Nichols' 16th rushing touchdown of the year, which leads the country, and they're up 13-0. Conspiracies, their efforts lead them to a QAnon convention at sea. Reno 911, the hunt for QAnon, now streaming on Paramount Plus. 13-0, Central Michigan in front. And the Tony the Tigers Sun Bowl. Short kick, live ball, scooped up on one hop by Lincoln Victor, luckily, and he got a good return out of it. That thing just died in the middle of the field, and Victor was there to scoop it up and get him some decent field position.
You know, as I'm trying to think for the Cougs, what do? You know, you try to be who you are in one of these situations, finally get a kickoff where you don't really have a bad play out of it, but what do you do on offense? And maybe we're kind of underrating the loss of Mac Borghi. You know, they're all go-to guy, emotional leader. When you turn around, he used to provide the big play from that running back spot. And with him there right now, they're struggling to find some offense.
Borghi opted out. He was almost a 1,000-yard rusher, 12 touchdowns. Could catch it out of the backfield. Now we got flags and whistles before the snap. And Borghi's just one of the Cougars that's missing in action today. Here's some of the others. Delay of game doesn't help the cause. And then Deion McIntosh, as we mentioned earlier, he would have been the number 2 tailback. He was 532 yards, didn't make the trip. Violation of team rules. So they got a lot of key people that are out.
But Borghi gave him not just a running game. He was a great pass catcher out of the backfield, you know, and just kind of that guy that you can just get the big play from. Now you got to go downfield with it.
If they can have time to get it downfield. Final minute of the quarter. DeLaura, and he's in trouble again. He's going down again, way back at the 10-yard line. Thomas Incoon.
Well, Nakia Watson shifted up to help in protection, but he never got there. Watch, he's in position to help on the tackle. But watch, he goes inside and never gets back out to help the tackle, Hilburn, and it's a sack.
And a loss of 17. Now we got a Chippewa player down. Laquan Johnson trying to stretch out maybe a cramp. With a half minute to go in the quarter.
Yeah, Laquan Johnson was one of those edge rushers that they roll through the lineup, and fresh. When you smell you have an opportunity with new tackles in the game to sack the quarterback.
You want to be part of it.
Yeah, like squeeze that cramp out of me. I want back in. No
There's
chip.
Laquan right there.
Yep, no chip. He's got a direct path. Doesn't get credit for the sack, but he caused it.
Yeah, he sure did. Flint, Michigan native. And we'll take a break here. 30-second timeout with just over 30 seconds to go. First quarter.
Hey.
Kind of things you can't do, Gare, if you want to stay in a game is have a delay of game on first down and then a 17-yard sack. Right. Second down and 32, third down and 34 coming up.
And then your linebackers, Moretti that time again, smells the fact that it's going to be a draw. He's just standing there. Everybody more zone defense, and you're just making play after play.
The first quarter of the 88th Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl comes to a close in El Paso. And Washington State so excited to be here. The other team got shipped in from a different bowl, and they're playing like they want to be here too. Chippewas at the end of one, 13-0. Welcome back to West Texas and the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso as we enter into quarter number 2, trying to stay dry. Our gang here, and a 13-0 Central Michigan lead. And you see the difference. It's been a tough go for Washington State. 0 for 3 on third downs. They had 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 10. I don't know what you do on 3rd and 34, but that's what they had from the 8-yard line.
First, try not to get sacked.
And they keep it on the ground to Watson. And Watson maybe got 4 yards out of it, and it's 4th down and a mile.
And another flag on the play.
Holding, offense, number 50. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Brian Green, that's a second penalty for the center. It's declined, and they're going to be punting from their own end zone.
The Cougs rearranging their line. Brian Green plays center, plays guard. This time he's in at guard, and you see him grab him.
And over-end punch, going to barely make it to midfield. It won't. In fact, fair catch at about the 48-yard line by Pimpleton.
Well, whatever you want to do, when you can't block the edge, and remember, with the run and shoot or the air raid, there's no tight ends on the field. It's hard to get a guy in position to help the tackle. Tried to help him there, it didn't work, and then 3rd and long, 2nd and long, you run the draw. The Chips have been on their game.
You're not kidding. They were good coming in against the rush, but they've been good against everything so far on defense. Now their offense has the luxury of great field position and playing with a 13-point lead.
So can that opportunistic Coug defense make a play and help their offense out, give them some field position?
They need one of those takeaways that they've had so many of this year. Nichols dropped for 2 or 3 yard loss. Central Michigan finished second in the MAC West, 6-2. They won their last 4, and they were really rolling. And they're the state of Michigan MAC champions because they beat both Eastern and Western. Eastern, their most recent game, 31-10. They've won 6 of their last 7. So the season started slow for Coach Mack, and then it warmed up when this guy took over at quarterback. And this guy running the ball. That doesn't hurt either. Nichols got a first down at the 40, inside the 40, the 39.
Okay, so, you know, after watching him live, because on tape they look a little different, now he reminds me, he has that lean and that acceleration of a Le'Veon Bell type player. Big, strong, hard to tackle, and faster than you think.
Number 65.
A holding call is going to bring this back.
2nd down.
You can notice on the first 2 plays of this defensive set that Dickard's defense, you know, he came here being the defensive coordinator, has taken over. They've gotten more aggressive. The first 2 plays, they rushed their linebacker and a safety, trying to disrupt the momentum and the kind of the rhythm of the CMU offense.
Jake was introduced as the head coach on December 2nd after taking over in week 7. So he's with a new contract. He's got some new coordinators coming in next year. Here's a quick throw out to Sullivan, and Sullivan gets some of that yardage back.
Well, Ja'Cory Sullivan has the emotions of his mom, who we met last night. He's going to be a really good football player because last night she was ready to play. We were having dinner and she was saying Ja'Cory is going to be ready because if he isn't, I'll be on the sideline yelling at him.
High snap. Richardson handles it, and he's going to go long and just overshot Dallas Dixon. 4th down. Let's check in with Jamie.
Well, Ja'Cory Sullivan and Khalil Pimpleton, longtime friends. I'm talking born one day apart at the same hospital in Michigan. The moms were telling us last night how close of friends these two have been. Pimpleton went elsewhere for college first, came back to play with one of his best friends. And we want to watch out for a trick play here because apparently they had some connections in high school that involved one of them throwing the ball, one of them catching it. So, Brad, keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah, Pimpleton was the guy throwing it. Sullivan was catching it. They've been playing together since 4th grade.
Featuring different hair look nowadays. Muskegon state champs. One of them, Pimpleton, was the quarterback.
Harris makes the fair catch around the 13. And Washington State's got it back. Let's see if they can get some offense going. Jaden DeLaura hopes that's the case, but he needs some protection and some time. HQ, the free 24/7 Sports News Network. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. Washington State 7-5 on the year, 6-3. And the Pac-12 head coaching change after the 7th game. Jake Dickert replacing Nick Rolovich. They regained the Apple Cup for the first time in a long time and in resounding fashion, 40-13, which is the largest margin of victory in the series history. And this guy, I like him, young up-and-comer, and you talked about his journey to get to being a head coach. He said, all I ever want to do is be a high school coach like my dad. Well, you're more than that, Jake.
And now he's going to have to try to figure out something here for his football team. They need help.
Watson provides about 3 yards worth of help there.
You know, they don't have the breakaway speed with Borghi not in the lineup. They're missing their 2 tackles. You know, they're not built to have it. They don't have a tight end on the team.
Right.
They've finally recruited one, by the way. First time in over a decade. They got a tight end coming in, so they'll have a different look next year.
DeLaura, deep sideline. Got it.
Beauty.
Out to the 47, Calvin Jackson over the shoulder.
That's what they do. When it's working, they're explosive. But you got to have time to do it. This time that offensive line gave them time. Inside slot. Go on man-to-man against McCroy, and you pitch it perfect.
32-yard pickup to the 48-yard line. Back to Watson, and Watson's got some room this time. Watson down the sideline. Knocked out, but he's inside the 15. Kresge knocked him out. So once through the air and now on the ground for the Cougs.
I'll tell you, great block right here. Tackle in the game. Kingston, he's the guy they needed to get the play going. We talked about tackles all day. Kingston comes up with the big block to spring.
Now the throw out in the flat wide receiver screen. That goes nowhere. Harris got leveled from behind. Might have lost a yard.
So we talked about what the Cougs needed. Could their defense come up with a turnover? No, they didn't, but they produced a 3-and-out, got the ball back, and then all of a sudden the pass game hits a big play and they're off. Maybe that will get this offense going for them.
2 plays produced 68 yards before that one lost a yard.
Jared Kingston, number 52, is out at that left tackle. He usually plays left guard, probably their most athletic guy. That's why they shifted him out there, and he got the block, the key block on that long run.
I didn't see anybody take a timeout, but obviously both teams have most of their players out on the field. And I didn't see an injury either, but apparently there was one. So now we're going back to the line of scrimmage.
They watched the Purdue-Tennessee game. They just figured somebody was hurt.
Yeah, you and I were exchanging texts the whole game. Who's going to get hurt next?
Yes.
Just to slow everybody down.
It was.
That game only lasted 5 hours, and then that's right. Well, no, we had a long night.
It was exciting.
It was. Big night in Tennessee. DeLaura, look out from behind. And throws it away. Again, pressure got there.
Well, Jaden does a good job here. He understands he doesn't have all day to sit and pat the ball. Watching the game against Washington, 3-man rush all day against Washington State. He was just standing in the pocket, patting the ball. Talked to defensive coordinator Rob Akey from CMU. I said, are you going to do that 3-man rush? He said, I hate this.
I hate that.
He added one more word in there.
Yeah.
But he hates it.
They have not converted at third down. As we've said, they've had a lot of long ones, like a 3rd and 34. This one's 3rd and 11. They'd love to keep this going and get points, not just 3. Looking for a touchdown.
Got a man look from Central Michigan here.
Delora has to backpedal. Throws off his back foot, knocked down beautifully by Alonzo McCoy.
He was almost at the 32-yard line when he let that ball go. Okay, the line of scrimmage was the 12, so he could feel the pressure. Okay, watch, it's shotgun, ball's at the 12. He feels it, he backs up, he backs up, he backs up, he backs up. Right at about the 30-yard line, he throws the ball.
Easy for me to say from an all-22 shot, but couldn't he have stepped up in that pocket a little bit more?
We'll give him another try next time. I was looking at the yard marker, I didn't see it.
Dean Janikowski will try a 30-yard field goal. They try to put the high snap, bad hold. Now the holder's going to try to, well, he's not going to try to do anything. It's taken down, and there goes the scoring opportunity. That didn't look good from the start. I think the kicker flinched just a little bit, then the snap was high. They couldn't get the hold down. It all went haywire.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad of a snap, though. You depend on your holder to make that play. It wasn't over his head. It was just, you know, catch it. You got to catch it.
The Chippewas basically just got here in time to play, as Jamie said yesterday, after a long trip, not quite as long as Jamie's, but nonetheless a long journey to get here to a soggy day. Hardy fans, they're happy though they made this trip because their team's up 13-0 with 10.5 to go in the half. Richardson in the shotgun. Gonna flare it out to Nichols. And you hear a few chants of Lou now from the fans here.
Well, Lou Nichols has been the guy so far.
And you do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot, with guys like this.
Yeah, and watch on the first play, Ja'Cory Sullivan, number 11, gets a huge block on the play to spring him. He does more than just catch the ball. Nichols has been the recipient of the big play, but he's earned him himself too. The long run, the medium run, and the short run for the touchdown.
2nd down, 7, blitz coming. Nichols got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe eked out a yard.
Yeah, but back-to-back good plays by this Washington State defense. They've gotten more aggressive.
Yeah, they're settling in a little bit.
Yes, they're starting to bring those linebackers on run blitzes, you know, hitting the gaps. They forced that hold by CMU on that first play, went down the field and came back, and now they've kind of found their gear, it looks like.
Let's see if they can get the Chippewas off the field here, a 3rd down and 7.
Can they get a sack? Can they put pressure?
Came in with 37 sacks on the year as Richardson drops to throw. Does it quickly, and it's going to be a 1st down. Joel Wilson.
Nice job of moving the pocket that time. They anticipated the pressure, move your quarterback out, hit the tight end in the flat, one missed tackle, and it's a 1st down.
Wilson, who had a couple of touchdown catches against Kent State. That's his 29th grab of the year and good for a 1st down.
Another one of those kids, you know, that you turn out to be MAC football players. High school quarterback, you make him bigger, becomes an H-back tight end type player, and you can see right there his athletic ability.
Quick throw, in and out of the hands of Pimpleton. He took a pretty good shot in the secondary from George Hicks.
So Jamie mentioned, you know, the connection with Sullivan. Brad mentioned a transfer from Virginia Tech out of Muskegon. Kind of made his name coming back here. One of those plays where he expects to catch that ball. You know you're going to get hit one way or another. Smaller receiver has to go up and catch those, and he's going to think he should have made that play.
This one, back shoulder throw complete to Sullivan. And it's a 1st down.
Well, it's no wonder that Pimpleton was such a good quarterback in high school if he had Sullivan to throw to.
Yeah.
The guy's physical, back shoulder play, athletic, likes to play football. You saw he got that block downfield, and then he kind of made a motion just like that when he made the block, and he does it when he catches the ball.
22-yard pickup.
Well, watch the pass here.
Here it comes. Oh, got to pull it down. Wilson pulls it down, gets what he can out of it, and got back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, there's one of those trick plays that they had dialed up. We just told you he was a high school quarterback. Let's see how the Cougs handle the defense. Safety stayed back, tried to go hitch and go, nothing. Nowhere to go with the ball. Smart play to just get 2nd and 10. He didn't want to throw it and ruin his percentage.
Absolutely not. Two runs, 4 passes so far on this 3-minute drive. 2nd down and 10 at the 42. Nichols slashes off tackle, flags down, probably going to have a holding out on the edge, which would negate another nice Nichols run. He's already had one taken away from him due to a holding call.
Yeah, you pull the offensive lineman and he grabs as he comes around the corner.
Holding, offense number 78. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, 2nd down.
Yeah, Bailey comes around, pulls out of the middle, comes around and just grabs.
That's a grab. Just a little bit.
Bailey kind of a swing man for Central Michigan. Play a little tackle, a little guard. He's probably their 6th offensive lineman. Kind of rotate around. Got to have one of those utility guys.
That backs it up for Central Michigan back in their own end at the 48. Richardson getting some heat. Throws to the sideline. Jump ball.
Yeah, I think they called it incomplete, and they kind of went after Smith Wade, number 6. You know, that's a spot where Jalen Watson would usually be playing, so they kind of attack the new player, fight it off, and Smith Wade does a really good job.
There's a look right in front of the Cougs bench. We couldn't tell if it was complete or not from our angle. That's why it took us a second as it was knocked away. Brings up 3rd down and 20. Have to get all the way to the 32-yard line. Keep it on the ground. Nichols is going to get a bunch of that back and got it to the 42, which is the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that was a really good field position call right there. Get a little yardage. Don't kind of juice the other team with a sack on 3rd and long. Make some yards. Kind of play for the next series.
Try to punt one inside the 10.
Yes.
Joel Harris standing right at the 10, waiting on Elzinga's punt. Elzinga's dropped 21 of those inside the 10 this year, inside the 20, I should say. And he puts it down to the 8-yard line, right where Joel was waiting for it.
Yeah, that's good complimentary smart football right there. Run the ball on 3rd and long and come back, punt it inside. Looks like the Coug defense is here to play the rest of this game.
You know, it would be really tough after you see Washington State wearing those white jerseys behind me if Central Michigan was also wearing their white jerseys. Both of these schools were meant to be the visiting team in their respective bowl games. So Central Michigan traveled to the Arizona Bowl with their visiting whites. They had to overnight their home jerseys just to be able to have not white versus white jerseys here at the Sun Bowl. The jerseys arrived on Friday. The patches were sewn on yesterday by 6 p.m. Bernie Olivas only had 125 patches left, and that was the exact number he needed to get those Sun Bowl patches on these jerseys.
It's an awesome story how this even came to be, and that's even more intriguing thinking about the jerseys. Yeah, I'm glad they're not both in white too, James. Trust us, it's hard enough up here. 1st down from the 8 and incomplete. Intended for Calvin Jackson, who has the longest reception of the day from Jaden DeLaura. First 4 possessions, punts, then they fumbled the kickoff return. That led to points. The last drive, they got down there, and then DeLaura backpedaling, gave up so much ground on an incompletion. They went for the field goal, and that was botched from the get-go. So any kind of points before halftime they would take, but they're a long ways away from the other end zone. keep it on the ground to Watson. Maybe got 2 before he got drilled by Moretti. Boy, Moretti gets around the ball.
He sure does. They said he's going to be a star, and he's already showing what his potential is. Talking to Brian Smith, the outgoing offensive coordinator, you know, they've already hired Eric Morris to be the new offensive coordinator for next year. As I mentioned, they're going to be about the same, or they're going to add a tight end H-back to the position. They're going to try to run the ball, be a little more balanced next year. They'd love to have an H-back right now to help out those tackles.
They call it the Coug raid instead of the air raid.
That's a good idea.
Not the run and shoot. And then people go, what's the difference? Well, ask Mouse Davis and June Jones and those guys. That one hit came out of his hand. He still got the completion. It's going to be short of the first down. They're 0 for 6 on third downs now.
I mean, remember, this is a CMU defense that was 10th in the MAC conference in passing yards allowed, 261 yards allowed. But as we all know, who've ever played that position at quarterback, can't throw if you don't have time to throw it. Right now, they are completely off balance. The one fade pass has barely been their only successful pass.
Yep. So Nick Haberer, one of those guys out of Pro Kick Australia, with the Aussie punt to kick near his own goal line. And Pimpleton a fair catch at the 39. So good field position again. Chippewas looking to add to their lead with 4.5 minutes to go when we come back.
Huh.
We've seen 2 of those teams a lot.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to watching them. If I'm Cincinnati, I'm loving my opportunity.
Brings us to our Aflac trivia question. Which is the highest ranked team Cincinnati's ever beaten in program history? Well, they get a chance at number 1 tonight. I'll give you the answer a little bit later on.
Big series here for this Cougar defense. They get the ball. Look, they played bad. Okay, nothing's happened. They're down 13 points, and they get the ball to start the second half. They need to stop. They need to help their offense.
Going to bring an extra guy here. Long ball and incomplete. Intended for Ja'Cory Sullivan.
Went deep on first down. A little more aggressive. Thought that time that the pass rush was actually the pass rush really caused the incompletion. Richardson could not stay in the pocket. Had to let it go way before he wanted to.
Jim McElwain said about Daniel Richardson, he's not all that pretty all the time, but he gets the job done. Nichols, only a yard. And it'll bring up third down. So one more play and they will get off the field. They're down at 8.
Ronnie Stone Jr. has been quiet today. Usually you put on the tape and he's making plays, very quiet.
Cougars defense all packed up. They back out of it a little bit, but they do bring an extra man, and it caused the pressure and incompletion.
Yeah, you know, on this nickel package, they shift Stone from the defensive end spot into tackle, and they bring in Quinn Roth. And that time, you could see the pressure that Stone put on. Moved him into spot, and he was the guy that put the pressure on.
Sure did. So they'll force a 3 and out. Elzinga to punt.
We've done so many of these games. You think like the sky is falling for Washington State. One score, and you look up and oh, ain't that bad.
They were right in it.
Yeah.
Harris has to backpedal, takes it at the 12. Gravel Harris weaving through bodies, got about 10 on the return. And 3:36. And a full complement of timeouts for the Cougars still remaining if they can get something going here before halftime. I know it was just a couple of minutes ago and you didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, couldn't check your phone.
Oh, you couldn't even ask Siri or somebody. Highest ranked team Cincinnati's ever beaten in program history. Number 7 Rutgers in 2006. That was kind of a curveball.
Okay, are you more surprised the answer about Cincinnati or the answer about Rutgers is in the question?
I remember when they were pretty good that
Oh, yeah. They're playing in a bowl game today.
That's right, they are.
They're a replacement bowl.
Playing Wake.
Yes.
Yeah. Hard to keep track of all the balls, to be honest with you. Delora, deep ball, got a man, but he overshot it.
Into the wind, too. Let it go.
Donovan Ollie, the intended receiver.
Top of the screen, there's the matchup. Doesn't even barely slows down. Ollie to the outside, had him, and knew he had a big play.
And Kent walked off after that. I think came up a little bit gimpy after trying to run with Ollie down the sideline. Dante Kent. Second down and 10. Blitz coming. Delora in trouble. Down he goes. And a flag as well. Might be a holding on top of a sack.
It is. I think Troy Brown, number 8, got held on the blitz that Ness called on the play.
Whiteside came up with the sack.
Coming from the outside, I think Brown is the one who gets held on the play.
Offense. Going to the decline. Third down.
Of course, with the big sack, they decline it. Don't need to do it. Third and long anyway.
Going to be third down and about 17, I think. Yep. So they got the ball back, but they're going in the wrong direction here. Need to get to the 32 for first down. And they're 0 for 6 on third down conversions. Not good.
They're about 0 for almost everything they've done here. One fade pass.
Delora backpedaling again. He's in his own end zone right now. Throws a desperation toss that almost got picked off. He did get it out to the 39-yard line. And it's incomplete as fourth.
Jake Delora's going, you know, when I have my tackles.
I'm really good.
And when teams rush 3 guys at me, it's a lot easier than it is today. He is getting a taste of what it's like today in this game. Getting pass rush, that's no fun for anybody.
And getting face planted after you throw it. Even with that, almost got hauled in down there by Lincoln Victor. So instead, another punt from inside the 5. Returnable here. Yep. Pimpleton to the near side. Pimpleton on the run. Here he goes. All the way down to the 9-yard line. Neighbor saved a touchdown.
I just want to ask you, Ness, if you were watching Tuesday or Wednesday night MAC football and you saw that, would you stay with the game?
I would. Yes, I would. 45-yard punt return.
That is explosive. First chance he really had. And there he goes. He is quick, he's smart, he's a good receiver, high school quarterback, and the punter saved it.
That's why he's the MAC Special Teams Player of the Year with plays like that.
And you can understand why Virginia Tech recruited a guy out of Muskegon, Michigan to go play for him. He's got the skill set to be that type of breakaway player.
He was 9 yards away from his 3rd punt return touchdown of the year. First and goal at the 9. Daniel Richardson saying, what?
Did Washington State take a timeout?
I think somebody took a timeout.
Timeout. Washington State.
Yeah,
indeed.
This is the first of the half.
I think they might have had just 10 guys on the field. Or at least Washington State thought they might have had 10 guys on the field. Can't really tell. 4, 3, let's see, 4, 3, 4. No, it looks about right. But they called timeout. You can see the referee running to the sideline and saying they want out.
Daniel Richardson, the reaction by the quarterback was, we got just what I wanted to see, and then the whistles blew.
Could have been a matchup they didn't like. Good, also.
I think he had Joel Wilson, maybe the tight end, that was one-on-one, and he had a lead on his man, but the whistle stopped everything. So we'll see again. First and goal at the 9. And now they go with the Wildcat with Darius Bracey, and we got flags all over the place again.
Yeah, it's going to be 5 yards back.
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So now they're back at the 14 after the false start. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Adam, Rick, and BJ will break down our first half and preview today's college football playoff semifinal matchups. That's all coming up. Geico Halftime Report. It's about time the fellas got to work. A little bit late. Well, it's still early for them.
It's getting late early.
Something like that. First and goal from the 14. Nichols hitting the backfield.
Great defense by Washington State that time. They made a pile. They, again, going more of attacking. They're not just accepting the blocks. They're making something happen at the line of scrimmage. Watch the State defensive line move. Make a pile. Nothing happens. Then off the edge, you get the tackle from Hill.
So the goal is finding itself farther away for the Chippewas. Back to the 15. We're at second and goal. Richardson over the middle. Oh, and it's picked off. Did Hill get it? Nope. Trapped it. I don't know who the intended receiver was.
I think it was Lou Nichols on an option route over the middle that time. He's a decent receiver. Ball sailed. And no, it skipped.
So one hopper.
It's going to go to Nichols, coming right over the middle here.
He just missed him badly.
Yeah. Nichols believes he got held on the play as he cut to the middle, but the ball was a little high anyway.
Umpire was the intended receiver on that one, I think. He's the closest guy anyway. Third and goal. Richardson flush to the left, throws back across his body and got it. Touchdown, Chippewas. And it's Joel Wilson, the tight end.
Those tight ends, when you got them, you go to them. We've seen it all over college football this year. He's in the slot, pressure inside from Ronnie Stone. Get out of the pocket, put the ball up in the air, and your guy's bigger than their guy.
Great hands by Wilson. And they're going to go for two here.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with 20-0, to tell you the truth.
I don't either, but I guess they want 21.
Yep.
Pimpleton in motion. Lofts it to the corner, and it's caught by Pimpleton. 2-pointers good.
They got him reeling, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Washington State defensive backs talking to each other.
Pimpleton in the corner on the 2-point conversion, and indeed is 21-0. Daniel Richardson says we got.
He's starting.
Travell Harris on the kick return. He's not going to get to the 25, out to the 22 with 1:41. So that last drive basically was set up by Pimpleton's punt return of 45 yards, got him down to the 9-yard line for the Chippewas. Then they went backward, and still they got the touchdown pass to Joel Wilson from 15 yards, a 2-point conversion to Pimpleton. That's where we stand. All Central Michigan right now.
Absolutely. You know, last drive I'm saying, hey, it's not that bad. 13-0, and you got the ball, and all of a sudden you look up, it's 21-0.
Then it's not so good.
Nope.
Jaden DeLora has just not been able to get anything going. He hasn't had time to throw. He's spent most of his throws off his back foot. This one throws quick and complete to Hobart. And Hobart's got it out across the 25. 1.5 to go in the half. Cougars have 2 timeouts. 7 out of 16 for 49 yards is not a normal Jaden DeLora day.
Or a Washington State day. They're usually up and down the field throwing the ball.
This time he delivers in traffic, but it's knocked out of there. Incomplete. Moretti again put the hit on Ollie, and the ball popped out.
Quick throws. Have to anticipate quick throws. Split right in between the guys. It's zone coverage, so Ollie is stopping in the zone, does everything right except catch the ball. Good job by Moretti that time, being right there.
Boy, he's done it as a run defender in pass coverage. Up and coming star, number 22. Third down at 5. One of the shorter third downs. Let's see if they can pick it up with Watson. Nope. Didn't get there.
If I'm Central, I'm taking a timeout here.
They've got 3.
Nothing there. Secondary's anticipating, coming up, making the play. Fourth down. Clock stopped. I guess. Oh, it's a penalty on the play. Coach McElwain is saying decline it. I thought CMU took a timeout.
With 1:04, if indeed that's the case, they wasted some valuable seconds before they took the timeout. And Larry Smith says, let's go. I'm with him. Again, we got both teams with the majority of their players in a huddle by the hash marks, or outside the numbers, I should say. And finally, they're heading back on the field. Whatever went on there is news to us. Pimpleton drops back. I would think that Haber would like to keep it out of his hands.
Well, it was a low punt. He's been fair catching the rest of them, so he knows when it's one he can go with.
Okay, it was a confirmed. We got confirmed that it was a timeout taken by Central Michigan. This time, fair catch taken at 36 with 57 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that was a smart timeout. The way you can kick field goals from 50 yards. I got a little bit of a win here. I bet he's good from 55.
So we'll have it at the 36-yard line. And got to get it down. As you see that line, the red line down around 36. So from 136 to the other 36 would maybe put them in field goal range. 28 yards away. Nichols only got 2. It's had a busy half. Justice Rogers made the tackle. It's his 16th carry for Lou on the day.
We'll have to taking the timeout. I wonder if Coach McElwain is saying, I don't want to make a mistake late. We got a 21-0 lead. And he said, slow it down.
See if it's just Nichols again. With him, he could bust one at any time. It's not going to be this one, though.
And I think that's what's the CMU game plan. We either bust one here or we're going to go to half.
Yeah. Let's go get dried off for a second.
Can't say I have to can't disagree with that.
Neither's Jamie. So the Cougars have been manhandled by the Chippewas. It's been a long time. Another Apple Cup 4 years ago, the last time they were shut out in a half. Central Michigan might have been in Tucson for a while, but they found their way to El Paso, and they found it pretty appetizing to them, at least for a first half, with a 21-0 lead. Let's go down to Jamie.
Coach, what's tripping your guys up right now in terms of putting points on the board?
Yeah, right now we haven't been able to get anything started, so we just got to make sure we're getting back to, running the ball a little bit, taking some pressure off of our young tackles, and just making sure we get the ball a little bit faster.
What's been the most challenging part containing them defensively?
Well, I think right now we just been putting a couple backed up situations and they beat us. We got to be a little bit better in the red zone. We got to stop the run. The running back's a big physical kid. We just got to make sure we're finishing this thing.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.
Well, that's the end of the first half, as the Cougars will try to regroup and put something together in the second half. 21-0 Chippewas, as we send you over to Adam, Rick, and BJ in our New York studios for the Geico CBS presentation of the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl from El Paso continues as we head into the third quarter, and so far it's all Central Michigan. Chippewas with a 21-0 lead. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, as we have a half left to our football season. So do these two teams. And how does the Cougs turn it around here? I don't know.
I was trying to think. I don't know what they do except to do what they do, or do it a little bit better. The short passes have to be more accurate, a little bit more time, a couple more starts, put the pressure back on CMU. That's the only path they have. Do what they do better than what they did in the first half.
They get it first to start the third. That makes this opening drive even bigger than most are to open a third quarter. "30 minutes of ball left from El Paso." On a one hop at the 5 as Travell Harris, and he's still not going to get to the 20. Whoa, man, got leveled again. Let's check in with Jamie.
Well, what Coach McElwain just told me kind of embodies what we're all experiencing in the first half here, which was it wasn't pretty, but they got the job done. 21 points on the board for Central Michigan. He acknowledged the fact that a couple of those points came from special teams, so he really wants a drive to be put together offensively. He was so proud of how those offensive linemen have been able to step in without the guys they would normally have at the tackle and nose guard position. Overall, it was a good mood. I mean, I would be too if I was up 21-0 in the Sun Bowl.
Absolutely. And they have Washington State backed up inside the 20 on the opening drive again. Harris in motion, and it's Watson. Pretty good run for him. As we take a look at the first half trends, trending upward is Lou Nichols, as always. 78 yards and a touchdown. Pimpleton, that big punt return, really set things up. And Washington State, when you have twice as many punts as you have first downs, it's not good. And we've got a backup quarterback in. Victor Gabales in at quarterback. So we didn't see that coming either necessarily.
They didn't mention it to us that they might play both. I wonder if they just want to give a little change up here, try something a little different. Don't know if he's hurt. Did anybody see him on the sideline below?
Jim, you'll check that out as we have a third down and 4. Blitz coming on Gabales, and it's going to pay off. He'll go down. Another sack, and we go back to Jamie.
Yeah, Jayden de Laura has remained in the locker room after halftime, guys. He did play all the way through the last snap, but it was a run play. Didn't get hurt on that one. The team has told me they won't disclose what the injury may be, but they are still trying to figure out if indeed it is an injury and what status he may be if he's going to come out of the locker room.
All right, Jamie, keep us posted.
Yeah, because that would be a surprise to switch quarterbacks. I mean, he didn't do anything really wrong. It had to be something like that. That time, Laquan Johnson, number 11, again put the pressure on.
New punter. They're trying everything different as Boyle kicks this one. Pimpleton backs up to the 35 and goes down right there. Nice job by the punt coverage.
Well, after what he went through the first half, he might be tempted not to come out. I know that's not the case, but look what he had to put up with in the first half. Yeah. It could have been any one of these hits that he took, including the first one of the game. I remember Ness even saying that one had to hurt.
Yes, and he wasn't effective at all.
Yes.
And so now it's the Chippewas, so that 3 and out doesn't help the cause for Washington State. Central Michigan's got it right back. Daniel Richardson in the gun. Gives it off to Nichols, and Nichols, a stiff arm, broke a tackle. Lou Nichols in the open field, big run, and now it's his to have in the second half. That's what they do with him every time he gets rolling. They just let him play, and here he goes again.
And you know, guys like Quan Bell and Derrick Henry has brought the stiff arm Najee Harris a year ago back into football. I mean, a lot of these guys, they watch the other ones play.
Yeah.
Nichols just did it effectively right there.
Just went over 100 with a 23-yard pickup. Richardson going left, wanting to throw, throws late, out of bounds. Sullivan, the intended receiver.
You know, just to let you know, the opportunity for a MAC team, when one of these guys, these are guys that, you know, figured they'd be Big Ten, SEC, Big 12 football players. They get passed over, and they are out to prove something. When they get an opportunity play against a team like Washington State today, you're going to get their best shot.
Pac-12 undefeated against the MAC in the last 10 years, 8-0. After long ways to go to not have an 8-1 against the Chippewas right now. Bracy finally gives Nichols a little breather and got a couple.
Richardson made a nice catch on that snap. To tell you the truth, it was a little high.
They've been kind of high all day, it seems like.
I mean, as Coach McElwain said, he doesn't have the body you might want. A little shorter than typical, but makes the play. Here we go, 3rd and long. If you want to stay in the game, you got to make these plays right here. If you're Cougar defense, you got to put pressure on the quarterback.
They've got several guys lined up there. Let's see how many they bring. Extra ones coming, but it's still a throw and catch and a 1st down. Got it out. Ja'Cory Sullivan again.
I tell you, but you know, you can tell the difference from the Cougar blocking to how CMU picks up the blitz. Running back takes it on, just enough space to throw the ball. That's what you need. That's all you need. And I'll tell you, Ja'Cory Sullivan's having himself a football game here today.
Back shoulder, there he is again, down to the 10.
Yep. Might have pushed off. Did he get away with it?
Got a flag down.
Langford says he pushed me off and you got caught.
Running on the field of the catch. During the run, personal foul, face mask. Defense number 5. After this is to the goal, automatic first down.
Langford got his left hand in there trying to cover Sullivan.
Didn't try to, but one guy's pushing, the other guy just catches his hand on the face mask of Ja'Cory. Perfect execution on the back shoulder throw, but there you see it. Great call from the official. Talk
about concentration by Sullivan. Gets his neck yanked, makes the catch.
Helmet spinning, saw it out of his ear hole.
1st and 5, 1st and goal at the 5. No gain for Nichols, maybe a half yard. And now Washington State getting a little chippy after. They're getting frustrated, and I can see why.
Is Washington State allowed to be chippy? Is that allowed to?
Well, I didn't mean to say it that way.
You got to.
Thanks for picking up on the pun. I didn't intend.
Choose one way or another there.
Second down and goal. Nichols behind Richardson in a pistol. That's Pimpleton in motion. Long handoff, loose ball. There's the turnover the Cougars were looking for. Never had the handle, and the fumble recovery by Woods.
So they got away earlier with a high snap. This time it's a handoff. They've done it. Yeah, didn't even get it there. Nichols is going to close his arms, and Richardson never drove the football. You got to drive it to the stomach. He never got it there.
Jahad Woods with the fumble recovery. Washington State's got it back, trailing by 3 touchdowns. Victor Gonzalez in at quarterback. There's his numbers on the season. Hasn't played a lot, and not sure that he was expecting extended duty in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, but here he is. Good news is they got the ball back on the fumble recovery. Bad news is they're at their own 4-yard line. Watson going nowhere, and it's that guy again, Moretti, who's got him all wrapped up.
McElwain brought Moretti along with him when he got the contacts and the connections when he was at Colorado State. The Colorado kid knew of him and sought him out. A little bit of you always look for a connection.
You bet.
And that was the connection to get him to Central Michigan.
Jim McElwain, offensive coordinator at Alabama, Colorado State head coach for 3 years, Florida for 3 years, now in his 3rd year. Central Michigan. Low snap. Gonzalez in trouble. Got away from a safety. Got back to the line of scrimmage before he got drilled by Moretti and company.
That was a hit right there, too.
Troy Brown and Moretti, 2 guys that put the hit on him.
Not much you can do here. You get squeezed, get it from both angles, and there's not even any time to slide on a play like that.
Moretti, the youngster, and Brown, who's been around a long time, was a former safety, one of the captains of the defense. Now it's 3rd down and long again. How many times have we said that today?
I know.
And it's a draw play. Watson broke one tackle, not going to get away from Moretti. And now they drill him back near the end zone, but his forward progress is at around the 3 or 4. And you can give credit to the other guys who end up saying they made the tackle, but that's the guy that made the play.
He did, and prior to the snap, Moretti was telling everybody, watch, he's going to point. Watch out for the running back. They're going to go ahead in the draw. Watch out for the draw. And he's ready for the draw.
And he does that, and then his teammates clean up. And now Boyle with his feet almost on the end line to punt. And Pimpleton, the dangerous return man, waiting around the 45. High end over end kick. Pimpleton, late fair catch. He wanted to take it, but was forced to take the fair catch at the 44-yard line. Great field position for the Chippewas, leading by 21.
Under 9 minutes to play in the third quarter, still raining at the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Here's the quarterback situation for Washington State. Jayden de Laura still in the locker room. He's being evaluated for a lower body injury. His status is TBD. The next 2 quarterbacks on the depth chart are walk-on freshmen because grad transfer Jarrett Garantano, we know from Tennessee, did not travel with the team. He has opted out from this bowl game, guys.
All right, so it's the question that we had. Garantano had a lot of time. And there's the 2 quarterbacks. Jamie, thanks for the update. And so we know what quarterback we're playing with the rest. Another high snap and a throw over the middle. And it's the tight end again, Joel Wilson. I don't know how they got away with that one.
Unbelievable. 2 good, I mean, a nice play. The good catch was on the snap. And then you just toss it up to the tight end on the play.
Pick up a 17. Watch this one. First of all, whoops, and then just get rid of it.
He's got a convoy.
No gain for Nichols.
And Richardson has done this 2 or 3 times all day. This one, only way it could happen. He had pressure. He knew it was coming, but had the perfect call on for what the pressure called on the play.
With those high snaps, Richardson, the only guys that have made better catches today are Ja'Cory Sullivan and Khalil Pimpleton and the tight end.
He's third for sure.
He's at least third on the reception charts, just catching the snap. Richardson flushed out of the pocket, steps up, throws sidearm across the middle, and had his man Pimpleton, just couldn't hold it.
Second catch that Pimpleton could have made to help out his team, didn't come up with it.
He knows it too.
Sometimes you make decisions on quarterbacks about body types. You're not the prettiest, coach said, but boy, he does see the field. You know, he's played, as we talked about, played a lot of AAU 7-on-7 football. Very comfortable throwing the football, isn't he?
Yep. 3rd down and 10.
Got a little bit of a Sonny Jurgensen gun on him. Old school.
That's the part I kind of like.
Yeah, the old guys.
Yeah. And this time Nichols is going nowhere. 4th down. Brennan Jackson, the first guy there.
Yeah, obviously they're in field goal range.
That's what'll be the case, as we saw what Marshall Meter could do earlier. He had no problem from this kind of distance earlier. Hit from 49 and 52. I incorrectly said his career long was 52. Our lovely spotter, George Hill, had to straighten me out that 53 is his career long. Thanks, George. This one will be from 44.
I don't think so.
And I don't think so. Well, he hit the ones when they needed it to get the lead. Didn't need that one as badly, but in the rain, he's like, yeah, I should have had that. Still 21-0. Rainy El Paso, Texas. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jamie Erdahl, and our CBS crew. The rain has intensified. Gary's looking through a waterfall over here by our booth.
My edge. Need another gutter over here.
So 1st down, Washington State looking for any kind of points to try to get back in the game, starting from the 26-yard line. a bad handoff. I don't know if Gavalis wanted to pull that out and throw it.
He might have got afraid of the pass rush from Wesley Whiteside that time, who was in the backfield almost ready to take the handoff. Watch number 79, Wesley Whitehead, make his penetration right inside. Nobody blocks him, busted assignment, and you see that guy coming at you, you don't know what to do as a quarterback. He says, I thought they only came like that on passes.
1 rushing yard after losing a yard on that last carry. And diving catch out of the 29 by Lincoln Victor. So we got Victor to Victor on that one.
Yeah,
Victor Gavalis on the throw.
Lincoln Victor, a transfer from Hawaii, came over with Coach Rolovich. Knew the offense, had an opportunity to play here for the Cougs.
Came in with 18 catches, has a couple today. 3rd down at 7. 3rd down has not been a good one for the Cougars. They're 0 for 10. Now they got one on the run. Victor again. Victor. 4 guys trying to bring him down. They can, but only when he got to the 16-yard line.
So do what you do a little better. And this is what is a little better. This is what you do. Just going to run the slant. Basic pass route. Man coverage, stick it outside, throw a good pass, and make the catch. That's the offense. You don't have anything else to do but do the offense and do it well.
55-yard pickup to the 16, and now Gavalis comes up firing again. Got it complete to Travell Harris, and they're at the 10-yard line. Check in with Jamie.
More tough news for Washington State, guys. Wide receiver Calvin Jackson, he will be out the rest of this game with a lower body injury as Gavalis starts to connect with some of these other wide receivers.
All right, so one of the top guys, second team All Pac-12, is out. Harris is still in there, just made that last catch.
And that's why Victor has moved into that position in the slot to make those plays.
Victor in the slot to the right. There we go. Gavalis looks that way, now comes back to the middle, and did he catch it?
Nope.
Nope. Stribbling.
I think Kresge that time, number 4, made the play, lays out and makes the play. He's got him. Look at that stretch out by Gage Kresge, number 4.
Kresge a year ago, mostly a special teams player. And he has really come on. Leads the team in tackles. Great play there. 3rd down and 3. They can get a 1st down at the 6. Draw play. They're not going to get to the 6. Watson put down.
Yeah,
tripped up by Moretti.
Yeah, if it's 4-down territory, Moretti, he doesn't have to point anymore. He knows he's got the one back. That's his guy. There's no misdirection, no anything. I'm zeroing in on this guy, and when I see it, I attack.
And he's like a heat-seeking missile wearing number 22.
No decision here. You have to go for it.
4:20 left in the 3rd quarter, 4th and 4. Deepest penetration for Washington State. Empty backfield now. 5 receivers will be out. There's a whistle, I thought, before the snap, wasn't there?
Not only that, it's going to be roughing the passer. It's going to be a 1st down.
Flag down, and Gavalis is saying, hold on, just let me catch my breath.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 13. After misses to the goal, automatic 1st down.
Troy Hairston
comes around
foul.
in the stunt here, comes inside, gets a run, and he drove him into the ground.
Yep. Easy call for the center judge there. He just would have hit him and laid off, but this is a lift and drop.
When you lift them like that, you're going to get called. Unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer, whatever you say, but that was a tough shot to take.
And now Gavalis is coming off. And remember, the starter, as Jamie said, still in the locker room, Jaden DeLaura. This might be hopefully just to catch his breath. I don't know. He's talking like.
Now he's staying out at least a play here.
At least one.
Yep. Looks like Travell Harris will play
direct
Wildcat.
Snap, Wildcat.
Yep. I think Victor said he was okay, but they're going to go with the Wildcat.
1st and goal. Travell Harris, starting wide receiver. in the Wildcat. Fakes the handoff, trying to hit to the corner, and he's there. Touchdown, Washington State. Travell, who's had some problems today with kick returns, punt returns, whatever, but he's got the touchdown.
Well, you could see the speed. The Chiefs thought he had him pinned in, but once he got to the outside, nothing was going to stop him.
That's only the second carry of the year for Travell Harris. His first carry was for -3 yards. That one was for +5 and a touchdown.
And the Chippewas with a turnover down there when they could have scored a touchdown, and the missed field goal has kept Washington State in the game, and State takes advantage of it.
Janikowski in for the point after before a flag again.
Delay game, kicking team, 5-yard penalty, restrike.
I think that's a good move by Washington State right there. 5 yards don't mean much for an extra point, and they don't want to waste a timeout. They knew they weren't set up properly. They only had 10 men on the field.
Well, they hadn't scored earlier, so they didn't know what to do after the touchdown.
Like, wait.
Already waving at the kicker. Snap was high, but the kick is up and good. So finally a sustained drive. It's what Jake Dickert told Jamie they needed to do. Put a sustained drive together with a backup quarterback and a third wide receiver. A 55-yard gain, and then let Travell Harris score from 5 yards out to make it 21-7. It's amazing these two schools had guys that were two of my heroes that went to school. Pete Jackson, class of '54 at Washington State, went on to an illustrious career at ABC that lasted 4 decades, and we worked together at a time. And then Dick Enberg, Central Michigan, class of '57, many-time award-winning play-by-play guy. Two of my heroes. You have Whoa Nelly and Oh My.
You can't get any better than that.
How about these two schools? Those two of the best ever.
Right.
Pretty cool. So finally on the board for the Cougars. And now the Chippewas are going to bring it out from 2 yards deep. Marion Lukes. And Lukes gets to the 20, and that's it.
Now it's just one more look at the roughing the pass. Remember, this was 4th down, and Victor falls down on the play, actually trips over a CMU defender. Without the roughing the passer, at the end of the play, this was going to nowhere. No chance for a touchdown on the play.
And that gave him the new life and the first down after that hit by Hairston. And with that, Travell Harris came in, and the Wildcat scored from 5 yards out. That's where we are, 21-7.
Yeah, 10 points given up by Central Michigan might come back to haunt.
There's a little wild pass, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travion Brown. First mistake by Richardson. It's a bad one.
So he runs the bootleg on the play, and he's got nowhere to go, and then he sees the potential receiver just behind him. So he says, you know what, I'll just lay it up, and you get one guy that just Brown retreats on the play and makes a tremendous play. Really good alert play. He knew the potential receiver was behind him, and he faded right into the interception.
So they've got not only life, but they got the ball at the 23-yard line. Just the miscues this quarter. Red zone fumble, missed 44-yard field goal, now an interception at the 23. Gavalis is back in there, rips it down the middle, had it tipped, I think, en route. It was intended for Victor. And I think he knows he had him, but somebody got a hand on that, I think.
Yep.
Just came out funny.
Yeah, the umpire right away signaled tip pass on the play. He thought he had him for sure.
There it is.
It comes out funny because it was tipped on the play by Johnson, Laquan Johnson.
Second down and 10. Blitz coming. Watson got the edge. Watson first down. He's got it at the 10-yard line. Nakia Watson got a flag down. pickup of 13.
Well, they got to the outside out of the Wildcat, and now this time they get around the corner behind Brian Green, who pulls on the play. Good pin. If you can't pass block well, you got to do something else. And
After
this time,
the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down. This is number 6 first foul that leads towards disqualification.
So everything's going perfect for CMU, right? I mean, everything's got it. They're in complete control. Starting quarterback's down, can't pass block, and all of a sudden it becomes a football game.
No kidding. So Hill with the personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct.
Right tussling, and
kind of a left hand in the face
throws the punch.
So first and goal at the 5. Low snap, the toss to Victor. That one almost blew up in their face too. The snap was low, and he just scooped it, got it to Victor quickly, and he might have gotten a yard out of it.
Wow, that was pretty cool.
All in one motion.
Yeah, that was a pretty good job.
Second down and goal. Under 3 minutes in the quarter. And the Cougs try to make a statement here and get right back in the game to make it a one-score event. In the pistol is Watson, who got him down close. Now he shifts over to help his quarterback with pass blocking. And that, again, looked like somebody got a finger on it. Cavell Harris looking for a flag. There isn't one. It's third down.
Well, one of the run and shoot staples is crossing your wide receivers to the outside, and this time I think at this ball
that might have gotten over his hands, I guess.
Actually the rub, they were trying to rub to the outside, and covered pretty well by the Chips. Central Michigan has to force another decision by Jake Dicker whether he goes for it on fourth down.
They've only converted once on third down. This is third and goal. Snap was low again. Cavallis in trouble. Goes to the end zone just off the fingertips.
Had him wide open.
Of his receiver, Ali.
I've done that many times. Still doing it. Still doing it. Gets some pressure this time, but he gets a wide open receiver to throw to, and just a foot high.
And they're going for it on fourth down. Ali probably his tallest receiver too, but not quite that tall. You can see the rain is coming down. It's not a perfect day to throw a football for sure, especially for a guy that came in throwing 14 all year.
Pressure's coming.
And that one is on target. Touchdown. And it's Deshaun Stribling.
Well, the reason I said pressure's coming, because you knew it was man-to-man. Bump and run to the outside, and Washington State knew it as well. You got the matchup down here. Look at, you know it's one-on-one. Beats them inside. Another fourth down win to stay in this game. And the coach says, yeah, I don't mind being this head coach. These are easy. Just go for fourth down all the time.
That's right. Another to this silly game. Stribling. His first catch today. Snaps high. And the extra point. He tucked it in the upright. So, first of all, Travion Brown with an interception. They get it down on a wobbly ball. Got to number 88. 23-yard drive. 6 plays. 7-point ball game.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand anywhere. Look, Serena Williams, Matrix. Serena, Matrix. Serena, Matrix.
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream.
The FBI's are all new. Tuesday starting 8/7 Central on CBS.
If you just started watching this game about 10 minutes ago, you're going, wait a minute, what happened here? Washington State back in at 2 touchdowns in the last minute and a half, basically. The last one wasn't pretty, Gary.
You called it a duck, and you're going to see it's wet out there, and a duck takes the water. Look at grip looks good. Oh, that baby slipped. It's still pretty if it's a touchdown.
Exactly.
Ugliest pretty pass you've ever seen, right?
Yep.
I thought maybe he didn't have the laces or the ball was wet, but it looked like he had a good grip and it came off bad right to him.
Dribbling had the good grip in the end zone. 21-14. 2:24 remaining third quarter. Marion Lukes waiting on Lucas Dunker's kickoff. Boy, there's a whole different attitude on the Cougars sideline right now. You can obviously see that. And Dunker dunks it in the end zone. That'll bring it out to the 25. Sunday, it's a new year, and that means a new episode of The Equalizer. Queen Latifah returns to the show that critics are calling fresh and reinvigorating. Don't miss The Equalizer Sunday on CBS. One more touchdown for Washington State, and we'll be equalizing here.
Yeah, and as you watch quarterback warm up on the bike there, got hit a couple times. He's got to stay loose. But one thing Coach McElwain said is we can't turn it over against these guys, and they've turned it over twice.
And now they've got the running back all wrapped up as Nichols goes nowhere that time. Loss of a yard.
And Troy Harrison that time, the defensive end, makes the play. What do you do? What do you do? You think you got the game in control? Bounce it outside? Nope, nothing there.
Second down at 11. Blitz coming. Richardson deep sideline throw. Nobody home over there. Flag down. Might have a holding in the backfield. His receiver was way behind that throw.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Hill number 6. Is that who had coverage that time? He asked for the number 6.
Yeah, that's Larry's asking the same thing.
Pass interference. Defense number 5. Will be a first down at the spot of the foul.
So Langford gets the hold right. Well.
Yep, it was Langford. Couldn't tell if it was a 5 or a 6.
Here's a quick throw. Pimpleton, loss of a yard. Cougars defense fired up now too. We'll bring up a second down at 11. There's the holding right there.
Got him. That's holding.
And it booked.
Yep.
So Daniel Richardson, a little pressure on him now. He's been playing with the lead. Everything's been going well, and then he threw the interception. Now they're behind the sticks a little bit. Second down at 11. See if they go back to Nichols to try to smooth things off here. And Nichols with a run that might be a first down.
Boy, he's good. I tell you, that at any level, when you watch him jump and accelerate, big man, and everything's happening at the same time here.
Yeah, he's official.
Absolutely. Look at that. Oh, my God.
Jump cut, and then turns on the burners.
Yeah, with the way things go nowadays, that guy could play at any level.
You're not kidding. First down run out at the 46. This time, stop for no gain, maybe a loss of a couple.
Yeah.
Woods and Poulet, the tackle. The high snaps are going to be getting to Daniel Richardson a little bit.
I wonder if the centers seem to having as much trouble as anybody on those snaps with the wet ball.
Right.
It's sitting on the ground. The quarterbacks must be getting wet balls because it seems like they're not able to throw the ball as hard as they did earlier in the game.
Not only that, they're sitting right there in the Tony the Tiger paint right now too, which makes it a little bit different on the football. And the third quarter will come to a close of the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, the 88th edition. And we didn't think it was going to be much of a game because it was all Central Michigan. But now everybody's holding up 4 fingers because the fourth quarter will decide it. Sports coverage of the Tony the Tiger Bowl heads into the fourth quarter. in El Paso on a rainy day. Scoring in the first half was all Central Michigan. The third quarter, I don't know how to say belonged to Washington State, but in a minute and 38 seconds they scored 2 touchdowns, so that's good enough. I hate to see the season come to an end. You and I last quarter, but it looks like it's going to be fun.
It should be. You know what? I just give all the credit to these football players, these athletes. Washington State, what they've gone through, hanging tight, looked like everything was bad. They just keep playing. Just keep playing. Need one good play, back in the football game.
And they got a couple good plays, and now it's a one possession outing, and Central Michigan, instead of being comfortable playing with the lead, might be getting a little bit nervous. 2nd down and 11 to open the quarter. Richardson lobs it, got it to Nichols. Lou Nichols with a convoy in front. Nichols inside the 30 and down to the 18-yard line. So this time they use him as a receiver, and it's a big game.
It's the same play that they hit earlier to Joel Williams. Remember when he came out this way to the tight end? This time they come to the running back the other way. Convoy in front of him. Go to the tight end one direction, the running back the other. You go to the running back this time. Well-designed play.
And a pickup of 36. And now it's Bracey who comes in to give Nichols a breather, and he goes for 10.
Got to give credit right now to Central Michigan offensive coordinator Kevin Barbie, coming up with that call when he needed it. Give it a little bit of a finesse play to get Washington State off their mark just a bit, and then you change backs, you hit them again. Beautiful series for the Central Michigan Chippewa.
Just when they needed it.
Pressure series as well.
7th play of the drive at the 8-yard line. Loss on the play for Bracey, who had just picked up 10 on the previous carry. And here comes Nichols back out.
And, you know, just as you mentioned, you know, they hate to see it. We only got a quarter to go. I think the players on the field can see the finish line now, too. They got a quarter of a football, and they don't want this last game to be an L.
Right. One wants to finish with its 9th win, and one with its 8th of the season. 2nd down and goal. Pimpleton in motion and now reverses his field. And the short throw, and he just short-armed it. Nichols was open. Had Hairston trying to track him down, but Richardson, not a good throw. He's made a lot of throws rolling to his left like this, but not on that one.
Yeah, he changed his mind at the last second. He was looking down.
Tried to pull it,
and then tried to pull it really quickly. Wasn't in anywhere near a chance for Nichols to make a catch.
There's the numbers for Lou Nichols.
This will be a huge stop for Washington State here.
3rd and goal from the 10. Richardson whips it sidearm. Only got it down to the 7, though, to Ja'Cory Sullivan. And you would think we're going to see Meter come out to try to make it a 10-point game.
Well, they needed a stop. The drive was going well, and they ended up forcing a field goal.
Meter 2 out of 3. Hit the 2 longest ones, but missed from 44. This will be a 25-yard attempt. From the right hash. And he hit the upright.
No, I think it was blocked.
It was blocked?
Yes. It was a high snap, which slowed the process. And I think right up the middle it was blocked. Was it Poulet 96? High snap, took a little time, and yet blocked right up the middle. No, it was 10. Stone. It was Ronnie Stone, number 10.
So they've missed back-to-back field goals. As we take a look at our LI game recap, Nichols with 149 total yards and a touchdown, including Richardson 206 passing. Central Michigan put 21 up. Washington State 14 unanswered, and now the quarterback situation for Washington State remains in flux. Jamie's got more.
Well, Jaden DeLaura has come out in his sweatpants, so he is out for the rest of the game. So we are going to see this Victor Gavalis remaining at quarterback for Washington State. He's a sophomore, his first year on scholarship as a walk-on as a freshman from the Seattle area at Washington State. His summer job, you guys did some digging. He was a busboy at a restaurant back in Seattle. I think he might have to move to front of house if he pulls this win off.
Yeah, no doubt. And no gain on the play for Watson.
I started as a McDonald's guy in the back, as a fryer guy. How about you, Ness? Where'd you start?
Just not at McDonald's. It wasn't at the top of any list.
I worked just long at McDonald's to get enough money to go to the prom, and then I was out of there.
12 minutes and change remaining. Second down and 10. Gavalis throws to the outside. Got it. Nice pitch and catch. Out to Stribling, who caught the touchdown.
Yeah, Rollins Stuckey, number 37 that time, gave plenty in the bail technique at the top. Bailing. Looks like bump and run. Bails. Perfect spot to throw the ball for Gavalis.
Third down and short. They haven't had that luxury much today. Been all long yardage situations on third down. Watson to Gavalis left. They go that way, and he's going to keep it. And he might be able to backpedal for the first down, but I think he's short. Thomas Incoom made the stop.
So do you go for it here?
I don't know, man. It's about fourth and about 2 feet.
Still plenty of time. One possession game. I don't think I would.
Here they go. At least they're showing that they're going for it. Remember, everybody's in the shotgun, so you're 7 yards behind the first down line before you even get started.
The ruling on the field that the runner was short of the line of the game is under further review.
I didn't think he got the greatest spot in the world, but I still think he's short.
So what do? We don't have Gene Sarator with us today, so we look for shins and elbows, right? Forearms, shins, elbows, knees.
First, he bounced off that first line of defense, and then his body ends up.
Yeah.
But that's where the ball is.
It's just, I think they got it pretty close, don't you? I don't see anything that I would move the ball so far.
I would say it's more like a foot than a yard, though. But so they're having a look at it, and I think they've made the decision. Larry Smith with the call.
After review, the ruling on the field that the runner was short of the line of gain stands. Third down.
Yeah, they can't move the ball.
Fourth down.
Nothing they can do. Fourth down, and I still wonder if Jake is going to have a second decision about this.
Turnovers has swung the game in the second half. So this might be the game, even though we've got almost 11 minutes to play. Fourth down. Watson, he got it. Well, wait a minute.
I don't know. I think he was turned sideways. I'm not sure.
The head linesman came out immediately, and I thought he was across the yellow line. That's not official 100%. Might have to measure this. I think they're going to have to.
Unless replay helps them, I think the spot on this play is short. Watch the official up to the top of the screen. He angles, and now watch him come running in on the left side of the yellow line. John Madden would go left foot, right foot.
That's right, exactly. Well, now the way they have it spotted, it's not a first down for sure.
Now you got to go to replay, don't you? If you did it on the last one, you got to go on this one, don't you?
I didn't see it the way you saw it.
Oh, I thought he was short, but let's see if you're right. See how he got spun backwards?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I don't think he got it, Ness.
Great penetration off the edge right there, and that's when the body went sideways.
And now once he comes down, I feel he's short of it.
Troy Brown is the guy that made the hit. Goes airborne, and as Gary said, sideways right there.
Yeah, and I think his shoulder comes down short of the line. Pretty big play here.
You're not kidding. Now, they've been good against the run all season long. First in the MAC.
Now, one thing for him is the ball is in his left hand. So if he got spun sideways, that would spin his left arm more towards the first down line. I'm trying to help you out here, Liz.
No, you're not.
It's like a going away present for you.
I appreciate that.
Because you got to do basketball.
Yeah, and you're going to go golfing.
golfing.
That's right. Great. Appreciate that thought. Well, Larry Smith is talking to Tom Fiedler upstairs. And they made their decision.
Yep. I think it'd be tough to change it.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It will be short of the line of game, first down.
Another win for Gary.
I didn't see anything. No, he might have made it, but I don't see anything on that tape that would change it for me. Yep. God, it looked when he was diving like there was no way he couldn't make it.
Right.
And then Troy Brown comes off the edge and spins him, and that's what saved the defensive play.
He got helicoptered in the wrong direction. Unless you're a Chippewa fan, then it was in the right direction.
Yep, good play. Here's a reverse.
Pimpleton on the end around. Cuts back up the middle. Nice run. Got it to the 26.
Here was the only chance right here coming up. He kind of read the play, gets inside, and just didn't kind of get disoriented on the play.
We approach the 10-minute mark. Second down and 4. Daniel Richardson has a look from the shotgun. The top runner in the country with him.
What a play.
Nice job to trip up Nichols before he got ahead of steam.
I think it was Travion Brown, number 82 again. The last guy had an interception earlier. Just hits it, reads it. Watch him come from right there behind the post and make the play. Yeah, beautiful play.
So third down. Long 2, short 3. 4 out of 13 on third down conversions today. Under center. And a bootleg. Richardson's going long. Incomplete.
Why did he go long? He had the first down throw. He had Buczkowski 44 wide open on the play for the first down. First down's important. Watch 44. Open right away. It's 3rd and 2. Give him the ball.
And instead, he goes to the end zone. Lucky it didn't get picked off. It was intended for Dallas Dixon. And Smith Wade was there. And now it comes down to Meter again, who had
started out fast.
He started fast. Yes. And now he's 500. This is a 43-yarder. Meter this time. Got it.
He's like me. I can't make short putts. Back me up. I'm good.
So big play for Meter's third field goal of 40+. That gives him a little breathing room. Up by 10. Done. We'll have the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Big field goal moments ago from 43 by Meter has extended the lead for Central Michigan to 10 with 9:11 remaining in the fourth quarter. Josh Rolston to kick off. This is returnable. Harris from the 10. Got a good return this time. Still going out to the 46-yard line. He's been waiting for one, and he finally got a good one when they needed it.
Well, he's paid the price to come this far, that's for sure. 3, 4, 5 of them, and he stays, keeps his head in the game, and just trusts his blocking, and finally, as Ness said, has a good one.
35-yarder.
Well, Jake Dickert's decision to go for it on 4th down cost him 3 points. Without even getting a first down in the game, Central Michigan got 3 points. His 4th down decision cost him 3. Let's see if his team can bail him out here.
Trying to do it with a 3rd-string quarterback, Victor Davalos. And that throws low, incomplete. Intended for Victor.
Went to the head again. Didn't like his throw.
He's been doing a little bit of that, hasn't he?
I like it, though. He knows what it's expected. Just keep it up, keep it up. Threw it in the ground. You know, he's like, no matter what, walk on or whatever, we all expect to make that throw.
Three receivers for Gavalis left. Looks that way the whole way. Sidearms it and got it there. First down.
Doesn't have to go to the head on this one. He waited.
Got it to Lincoln Victor again.
Victor in the game because of the injury to Jackson into that slot spot. Sets down perfectly in the zone. And Gavalis finds him. Nice sidearm throw.
Pick up a 13. And a first down. At the 41. Play action. That one's batted in the air. Incomplete. Jacquez Bristol, I should say. Got a hand on it.
Well, we've seen 79 Wesley Whitehead do it. Bristol do it this time. Outside pressure from Hairston. Right up the middle.
Seven out of 14, 92 yards, and that touchdown to Stribling. And they need more from him right now. Gavalis near side, overshot his receiver, Ali.
Donovan Ali playing the wide receiver. They don't flop their receivers, stay one right or left. He stays wide all the time. The slot receivers move around. But number 6 stays to one side and 88 stays to the other.
And it's always 4 receivers, if you're wondering. 99.7% of the time, the Cougars are in a 4 wideout set.
Qualifies.
That's about 16% more than Mississippi State, I think, is second. Whoa, what a hit. Hello, Troy Brown.
I'll tell you, Troy Brown is having a game. Between him and Moretti and Troy Brown, it's tough sledding out there. Comes right off the edge. He reads it. Moretti gets blocked, but before you can get around the corner, Troy Brown makes the play.
And Laquan Johnson is the guy down for the Chippewas with 8:14 remaining here, and Central Michigan up 10.
Laquan is wearing a right knee brace, and it looked like on that play his right knee gave out. It's right here. As he steps, he can feel it just as he takes that last step.
There.
And it just goes. He knows it right away.
And grabs it before he's even down, basically. And they have the card out there, which we never like to see. And it looks like maybe an air cast coming out in a hurry.
And he's been a force in this game as well, boy.
He has. We'll take a timeout and be right back.
On CBS.
Well, the entire Central Michigan team huddled around the cart and their teammate Laquan Johnson as they have applied an air cast on his right leg and our concerns with him as his teammates are all giving him a high five as he's going to be heading to the locker room. That's, boy, you get the last 8 minutes of the season, right?
I think
that happens.
You know, you get the physical pain and then the emotional realization that you're 8 minutes from the end of the game. It hits you all at one time here. And that's why for these high-level players, they think about opting out.
Yeah.
You just step the wrong way, you know, and you go from being an NFL prospect and going into camp. Look at that. It's a combination of both.
Always hard to watch that.
Yep. He's so upset, you know, and he probably knows he's wearing a knee brace. He probably knows, you know, what happened as soon as it happened.
You know, the miscues by the Chippewas in the second half, they could have had this game put away a long time ago. The fumble down at the 5-yard line, and then they missed a field goal that was makeable. But they still have a 10-point lead. Gavalas going deep. Nobody home. Intended, I guess, for Travell Harris.
Yeah, and that'll be, went long for a 4th down play. Got rid of the ball quickly. Had a chance. But, you know, just a little bit of a bump downfield, threw it all out. You want him to put, offensive coordinator wanted to put a little air on it, but, you know, at that point, 4th and long, you're thinking about the pass rush and getting rid of the ball and everything at the same time.
So now the Chippewas just have 7:49. They just like to give it to number 7 and have him get a few first downs here so they could start to ice the game. Lou Nichols behind Richardson. He'll get this carry anyway. And driving for more than I thought he was going to get. At about 4.
So we talked about Central Michigan's 3rd quarter that went so poorly. They had a chance to really extend this lead. Opportunity to score 7 points. Then the missed field goal, that's 10 points, 7-3. Then the turnover that led to 7 points by Washington State, that's 17 points, and then another missed field goal. So it's a 20 points of mistakes that CMU has made here in the second half to make it a game.
And yet they still got a double-digit lead at the 7-minute mark. Comes end around Pimpleton. And a blocker in front, which is Nichols, but he didn't get much of a block.
And it's going to come back anyway because of holding.
During the run, holding, offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, 2nd down.
All those stretch plays, those linemen are working one gap over to try to get that guy. You know, the defensive lineman is reading the play and moving as well, and just the temptation to get away with a hold. They say there's holding on every play.
And there probably is.
Yeah, there probably is.
2nd and 16. And they switch one tight end to one side and Wilson to the other. Nichols, nice run. Nichols.
I love that cut when it looks like he's going straight. Then he goes to the sideline and just so effortlessly just cuts back the other way. Again, it's just so reminiscent of Le'Veon Bell. Cuts, and watch this, boom. Oh, that is so sweet.
That is.
And when you're over, you know, 230, 235 pounds, and talking to the coaching staff, like, what was he like to come in and say he's rebuilt himself in the weight room over the last 2 years, picked up speed, remade his body, and now he's a legitimate threat as an NFL prospect.
167 total yards, and got it back to a manageable 3rd down and 3. Bracey in there to take his spot. Bracey's not going to get the first down. And so it's 4th and 3.
And I'm sure from this point right here with the punt, Central Michigan will take the whole play clock. Even if they do get a 5-yard penalty, it almost amounts to nothing.
Right. And that means Travell Harris will drop back and try to do something special on the return. Once Elzinga kicks it away.
Good job, under 5 seconds. Good execution.
Harris has to call for a fair catch and goes out of bounds around the 15-yard line.
Good execution all the way around. Punt outside the numbers, nice and high. 5 seconds left on the play clock. That's the way you play football.
Under 5 to go. Washington State's got all their timeouts, and they trail by 10. Wednesday, watch the premiere of CBS new family medical drama Good Sam, starring Sophia Bush and Jason Isaacs. Good Sam, Wednesday at 10, 9 Central on CBS. So Cougars have a chance, but they got a long way to go and a relatively short time to get there. First down at the 14 for brand new head coach Jake Dickert. Using basically his third-string quarterback, Victor Gavalis. And neither one of his starting tackles. Gavalis going deep. Man's there. Got it. Ali. And he dropped the ball, but he got back on top of it.
Oh, what a throw.
Finally a hookup. Donovan Ali. Big play.
Gavalis let it go. Remember at the end of the last 4th down play, Coach Sode put a little air under it. This time he did. And Ali hasn't. I thought if he kept his balance, he was going to score.
He was starting to trip, and then he lost the handle a little bit, and still he got on top of it at the 30-yard line.
Did he hit his own knee when he was running with the ball to knock it out?
First down. Gavalis in trouble, and he goes down. That's something they don't need as a sack.
But it was realistic protection that time, Ness. You know, it wasn't as fast and as bad as it was early. This time was more of a coverage sack. Let's see it. A little better. Time to throw, and then to the outside, Hairston comes. Even with the chipper, again, the chipper, Watson is not doing a very good job of helping that tackle.
You see Gavalis kind of limping around. Clock running down to 3:45. Set to throw again, low, but got it complete to Harris. Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, remember, though, calling plays here, it's 4-down territory. I guess you could take the field goal if you wanted to. Make it a 1-possession game.
Got to get it at some point.
Yep.
1 out of 15 on 3rd down conversions. And 1 out of 16. Whoop. Wait a minute. Flag flying in. They're going to get a free one here.
Remember, they got the free one on 4th down. Did they get him early on the hold?
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Day Hill.
So another big penalty. Hill got beat on the long pass, and now he comes up and gets the hold. Right on the line of scrimmage, and then right at the end of it, I guess he grabbed him again. Didn't see much, but either way, it's called. Early?
Oh boy, I don't know about either one.
Tacky was. The second look didn't look like much.
At any rate, first down for the Cougars. To the corner of the end zone. Victor's got it. Touchdown.
Wow, what a play. How about this? 3rd-string quarterback coming in and making a play. It's the slot wheel route. We've seen him all year. Get a start on the slot and then go on the wheel right down the sideline. A little bit of a pick inside. Ball perfectly thrown. Go up and get it. Nice drive.
No doubt. 86 yards worth of drive in 4 plays. Only took him a minute and a half. Janikowski in for an important point after. And it's up and good. Well, how about this? Victor Gavalis. First he went 56 yards to Ali down the sideline. Donovan Ali on this grab. And as Gary said, probably would have scored had he kept his balance. They didn't have to worry. Then they got the pass interference penalty.
Yeah, the 3rd down penalty. I thought it was ticky-tack, but doesn't matter now. You got to play 1st down and 10, and then they come with the wheelback. And it's a perfectly thrown ball.
That's his best pass of the day.
Absolutely.
Right there. Corner of the end zone to Victor for the score from 16 yards out.
And Victor has really stepped up in this game after the injury to Jackson.
So still 3:13 to go, and now it's down to a field goal. Cabales, 10 out of 19, 171 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep. Some of it hasn't been pretty, but that last throw was.
That was. Central Michigan is playing this as if it's going to be an onside kick.
And let's give a little credit to that offensive line for Washington State. Started out so poorly, have stepped up.
They kick away, though, and they'll just let this go. And it'll come out to the 25. Reminder, Adam, Rick, and BJ standing by. BJ with that nice, sweet-looking tux on. They'll be standing by with Gator Bowl highlights, playoff preview, and their final thoughts on an amazing season. That's all coming up the college football postgame, presented by Rocket Mortgage. So here come the Chippewas, who had a commanding 21-0 lead in this game.
Those mistakes always seem to find a way to make it come back and pay for them later, don't they?
For sure.
Lou Nichols is in the game. Remember, he went out for that 3rd down short play after the run. I don't think he's going to come out again.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, we've had a lot of those today on the first snap of this series.
Now remember, I wonder if as the timing's a little different if it only goes to a 25-second clock and everybody's used to the 40-second clock after the change of the possession. You just think it's a different feeling in your mind.
1st and 15 at the 20.
It's a big difference.
Nichols going to bounce it outside. And he goes for about 7. Nice tackle, or it could have been a really big gainer.
That's Amani Marsh, playmaker for this defense from Spokane, Washington. Had a couple interceptions last week. Comes back and makes the play. Was it him or Hicks?
George Hicks.
It was Hicks, number 18. I'm sorry. Saw the 8. My mistake.
So timeout taken by Washington State, their first, with 3:05 to go. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Central Michigan trying to join Western Michigan and Michigan State as winners so far from the state of Michigan. Michigan Wolverines have a date with Georgia later. But here in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, what we thought was going to be a lopsided rout has become a 3-point game. Only a 2-yard gain, and again, same guy. Hicks makes the stop.
Yep, another timeout as well. That 5-yard penalty really changes the dynamic of this drive for Central Michigan.
So 3 minutes to go, and a 3rd and 6 coming up.
So, I mean, it would be 3rd and what, 2? 3rd and 1?
3rd and 1?
Yep, 3rd and 1.
We'll never know. Could have had completely different play calls.
I think they'd be running the ball, to tell you the truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now is the key one. Do you trust it? I mean, your quarterback, do you throw the ball in this situation? Do you look for Joel Wilson, number 83, the guy who's come up with some big plays for you? What do you do?
We'll find out what Daniel Richardson will do right here.
Do you throw it to Nichols?
Lob over the middle, complete, but way short of the first down. Sullivan made the grab. It's 4th and about 3.
Yeah, they did the wheel route to the outside to Nichols, but he really never even looked for him. Would have been one-on-one, comes to the short, shallow crossing route, and that wasn't enough.
And a Cougar shaken up on the play. It's Boulay coming off slowly, but he apparently is all right. But it's 4th down now. And a lot of the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowls have been close. Yep. 5 of the last 6.
I mean, time's not even a factor here for Washington State. They get the ball back.
They're out of timeouts now, but
you want to use them on defense, though, because the ability of college football to stop it after a first down. You're better out just taking them out. You don't need as many as you do. NFL, you like to save one. College is not as important.
Elzinga to punt. Harris back deep.
Beauty.
Nice kick.
What is it?
Harris just got out of the way. Again, that cost some yards. Victor Gonzalez, since he's come into the game, some have not been pretty, but that was good for a touchdown.
And the bomb, right?
That one was pretty. And then the last one was picture perfect. To Victor in the corner of the end zone.
Not pretty. Picture perfect. That's the way to do it.
From the 14.
Gotta like that trend. Well, can this offensive line hold up? Earlier they couldn't. Let's see what they can do.
Quick throw, quick catch, out of bounds to Ali. They're on the 19-yard line. Pickup of 5. ...176 passing yards in this half after their starting quarterback could not do much in the first half. Three receivers to the top. Trouble coming. Trying to throw it away.
It'll be intentional grounding or a sack. One of the two, won't it?
And it was Troy Hairston again.
And Troy Hairston coming inside again. Watch him come around. Gets inside. It was going to be an outside chip block, but that ball didn't cross the line of scrimmage. Oh, I'm surprised they're letting them have that. That was definitely to avoid the sack there.
And the fans are...
Got away with one there. That was
sure
a big break for Washington State.
So it's still just 3rd and 5. And if they don't get this one, it might be the last time they touch it. Who knows? Gonzalez, too deep, incomplete for Victor.
Well, they got another 4th down try here.
And McCoy might have got a little hand wrapped around him, but no call, and it's 4th and 5.
Not much.
A stop here in the Chippewas with no timeouts remaining for the Cougars, who are in great shape. They're 1 out of 16 on 3rd downs. They're 1 out of 4 on 4th downs today. 2 for 20 when they needed to play. Do they have one here? The catch is made, but he's short of the 1st down, I think, to Holbert. The linesman's right there.
And if he doesn't get it, that'll be the ball game.
Should be. No timeouts. It was a heck of a grab, as you can see. He never
got to the line, but the ball brought him behind the line on the play. If it would have been a perfect pass. Now, I'm not criticizing anything. It's been tough. Come off the bench and do what Victor has done has been fantastic. But a perfect throw there probably would have been a 1st down. Watch this. Had to come back and catch the ball. Great catch.
His elbow and the ball looked to be about a foot shy. They're going to bring the chains from the far side, and that'll tell us the true tale. And not even a foot. A few chain links difference between a win and a loss.
Unbelievable. And you always say, why doesn't the receiver go past the line? He did. The ball brought him back just a bit.
Wow. Not a game of inches, a game of chain links in this game.
I'll tell you, special salute to Gonzalez in this football game, coming off the bench and what he did.
One that was short of the line of game is in the further review.
They're going to give it a review. Maybe it isn't over.
Maybe not. There's where his body is over the ball as he has to dive backward.
Yeah, his elbow comes down. If the yellow line's correct, and it's right on the yard line.
It's right on the chain, as you saw it from the play-by-play view. Checking to make sure.
The ball started right on the 14-yard line, so the yellow line should be accurate.
Larry Smith talking to Tom Fielder upstairs. And here is the call that could end the game shortly.
After review, the ruling on the field stands that the runner was short of the line of the game. Be first down, Central Michigan.
Inches, inches, inches.
That's something, isn't it?
Yep. The fourth down run earlier. Kind of the way sports work.
What a heck of a performance by that kid, though.
Totally.
Wow.
Totally. Utmost respect. Firstly, the whole Washington State football team hanging in like this. Everybody talks about, too many bowl games. I wish I could have gone to a bowl game. Only one team went back.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's 50 years ago. I didn't want to bring that.
It's not like it bothers me or anything, Every 50 years.
So now it's just a matter of taking a knee, and Richardson does. And the Chippewas, who came from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, by way of Tucson, Arizona, to get to the Sun Bowl, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso. You talk about a long journey, and they're going to be rewarded for it because it's going to be their 5th win in a row. They're going to be 9-4, and if you don't think that makes Jim McElwain happy as far as the recruiting tool and all of that, it'll be Mac's 20th win as the head coach at Central Michigan, and his 64th win overall as a head coach. And Daniel Richardson, the redshirt freshman from Miami, hung in there. Had one bad moment when he tried to throw a little lob pass and it got intercepted, and that's what kind of made this whole game turn around and become as close as it did. That and an extended handoff that he never got to Lou Nichols. And those miscues and a missed field goal here and there. And all of a sudden, Washington State hung in, hung around, and made it a ball game in this 88th Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. 53rd year we've been happy to bring it to you at CBS. That's the last knee that'll be needed.
And Pimpleton does the flip to say it's over.
Happy coach. And a brand new coach on the other side. And I think be good times ahead for Jake Decker and Washington State. But this is the Chippewas Day in El Paso. Congratulations to Central Michigan from the MAC, a winner over Washington State from the Pac-12. 24-21 the final. Frosted Flakes all over Jim McElwain.
Better than mayonnaise.
Add a little milk, you got yourself a meal, Jim. And Jamie on the field.
Ja'Cory, your team started this week in a different city without an opponent to play. What was it like to just come out here and win this game after everything you guys have been through this week?
It was awesome, man. Like Coach always preach, we face adversity, we just got to answer it. So we handle our business and come out here and do what we're supposed to do. This is the result.
This will be the last time you take off this Chippewas jersey. What's that mean to you?
Everything, man. It's gonna stay with me, going right up on the wall. I love Chippewas, man. Thank you to all the fans and all the family members for pushing me throughout my career. And yeah, I just can't thank y'all enough, man. I love Central.
To come to the Sun Bowl, this team, you just now have won 5 straight games. What changed for this team this season?
We just knew what we had. Throughout the whole season, we knew who we were as a team, and we just had to put the pieces together and keep going once we get started. Never stop.
One final piece, that Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy group from Central Michigan, including their quarterback, Daniel Richardson. And now it's time for the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And it all came down to this one. 4th down. Gabalis, the throw is good, but Hobart had to come back for it a little bit. Another look, as you see, he got across the line, but dives back to make the catch. His elbow goes down, and it is all down to right there, about 4 chain lengths, and that's the difference. 24-21 and a half. happy defensive coordinator as well. Congratulations to Central Michigan. That's going to do it for us. For Gary Danielson, Jamie Erdahl, and our entire CBS crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from El Paso. Final score 24-21. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll get you back to Adam Zucker and company for the college football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage right after these messages. A rainy, soggy day. The Sun Bowl didn't live up to its name, but we had a great game, and we always seem to. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll see you basketball season.